What's up? What's up, YouTube good people? What's going on? Welcome to the goddamn wormhole. You dig? We are here. What's up? What's up? We are here. How y'all doing, man? Thank you for being here. Salute, salute, salute. Salute, salute. Should I go ahead and pin the link? You know, I always said I wanted the wormhole to be a open panel. I just wanted to chop it up with folks, man, and let people tell their stories of these things. Um, yes, man. So I'm about to put the link up. I've been struggle streaming, trying to get it together back here. This is kind of impromptu. I didn't plan this out in no way, shape, form, or fashion, right? I didn't. I said, man, let me just jump up here real quick and jump on the wormhole because I know I'm not going to be able to get to it this week if I didn't do this tonight, right? So I just figured let me go ahead and give another install to the wormhole because a lot of people have been asking me this week, are you going to win the next time you're going to do the wormhole? Hopefully these people got the notifications. But as you can see, the title, man, dreams and nightmares. What do you see when you sleep? Does your soul or your spirit travel in the astroplane? All right. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my stories of some nightmares and things that I've been having my entire life. So I want people to get in and really express themselves and say how they feel about these things. But I consider myself a tortured soul. That's what I call myself, right? Because since I was a kid, man, I've been having horrible, horrible nightmares, right? And I wanted to get into it tonight. I figured we'd speak about this tonight. Hopefully, we can slow this thing down. Hopefully, we can slow this thing down and get some more people in here and get some people to really express themselves. The panel is open, man. Anybody want to come up? But yes, dreams and nightmares. What are your nightmares? Do you believe that your soul travels when you go to sleep? Do you believe that when you actually go to sleep, that there are parallel universes that maybe your soul may travel to a whole nother universe, to a parallel universe you may be living in at the time, or a different dimension that you may be living in at the time, and that your soul actually, when you're actually asleep, can travel up to these places, right? So, and the things that you see, are these real things, or is that your imagination running wild? What are you seeing when you go to sleep? What are the things that you've seen? Have you predicted the future in your dreams? Have you had deja vu, right? And you've seen something take place, or you've been in a situation, or you've seen a scenario. You walking down the street, you look this way, you look that way, and upon you looking this way or that way, you're like, I've seen this before. I've been here before. I've seen this. I've been in this place before. I know exactly what's about to happen here. Somebody's about to come in the door, or somebody's going to say this, or I'm going to look down and bend over and get this, or something's going to happen. I've been here before. I've seen this here before, right? And 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, when you saw that, that was something that you seen while you were sleeping. You actually predicted the future, right? It's called premonitions. Okay. It's called premonition. You see these things in your sleep. All right. And I've had plenty of these since I was a kid. Do you believe in premonitions? You know, or do you think that your imagination is just running wild and you just so happen to see something, that you saw something, and you was here before, you had deja vu, it felt real, you was there, you seen it, and then you look around, it's over. It's only like a split second. It's not like a long drawn out thing. I know my premonitions, they've always been like really fast. It's not like a 10-minute conversation I'm having with somebody. It's like a moment. It's like a moment in time. I got something on my shirt. It's like a moment, a quick moment in time where you may be walking, you maybe look this way, you remember a painting on the wall or something like that. And it's like, is your soul, have you lived this life before? That's what I'm saying. Reincarnation, that's what they call it, right? Have you lived this life before? Because the notion of reincarnation, right? And karma, reincarnation is that you live a life, you pass away, and if you didn't get it right in this lifetime, right? You kind of got to go right back again and live that life again. Reincarnation, right? Buddhists believe in this, and it's called karma, right? So you didn't get it right in this lifetime. So now you're going to go right back again and you got to live that life again. And does your spirit or your soul have a memory that you've been here before? You're going through the same life all over again. You may not have a clue that that's what you're doing. You're going through this. But every now and then you'll go to sleep and your soul will travel, or that memory will kick back in, and you've seen this before. You've been here before. You've been to this school before. You've seen this person before. You've been there before. You had this conversation with this person before. Is that a life that you've lived before, or are you seeing into your future? That's the question I have today. And I want to get into a few of my nightmares. All right. But I really want to get into an article about nightmares and dreams, because everybody has their interpretation of what these things are. And trust me when I tell you, I've seen some bizarre things in my sleep. Okay. Um, I've seen some horrible things, some scary things. Um, been there, done that, seen it all. And I want us to share. This is the wormhole. This is what the wormhole is about. We're gonna go down into wormholes and we're gonna talk about things that maybe people don't talk about, do talk about, or that when someone hears you talk about these things, they may think you crazy. But everyone, if you're of the human nature, if you're a human being, shit, even dogs dream, right? So we all have seen these things before. So something that I want to delve in, give y'all a snapshot into my life and the things that I've been through as far as in the astral plane. All right. The dream world, the parallel universe, the spirit world, where you go. Or is it not a spirit world? Is it not a dream world? Is it just your imagination running wild when you sleep? Or you just randomly thinking about things while you're asleep, right? That's the question that I have. What do you believe in? Who do you believe in? How do you believe it? Why do you believe it? Because dreams, in a lot of sense, tells us a lot. Even though I'm not going to sit here and act like I know how to interpret dreams, I don't. But I believe they do say something about you, where you've been, your spirituality, your spiritual journey, your life's journey, all of those things. I believe that those things have a pathway into your soul. And I believe I'm a tortured soul because I've been through a lot in my sleep. So we're going to delve into this. Hold on. Let me find this article. Let me find this article right quick and let's get into it. I wish I had it right here in front of me, but I'm going to have to put it on the other monitor. I don't like looking to the side, kind of like looking right at the camera. But let me see. Let's see if I can bring this over here. Will y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Or am I tripping? Well, can y'all see this right here? But I know I'm gonna have to share my screen at some point. So you know, let me see. Let me slide this out of the way. Hold on. Let me get through some chats. We got hold on. We got before the billions in the building. Appreciate you. Trash can in the building. About the only folks we got here that's participating in the chat, right? Hold on, I see. Oh, Gail at Night's here. Shout out to Gail. Shout out to Gail. Thank you for being here, sister. Um, Before the business said he can come up in a little bit. Trashcan says, whatever your brain has anxiety about is turned into a visual so you can confront it. Anything in life you're unsure of. I'd like to delve into that a little deeper, you know. What are you thinking about when you were a child? Right? Salute in the building. He said, we Too much of cowards to confront everything we encounter while awake. So to keep us sane, the brain allows us to confront them in other ways in our dreams. Shit, I don't, I don't know. I don't know about that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't see anything. Yes, you saying you don't see anything when you sleep, or which is it? Right? Might be someone dreaming about you right now because they're so scared to confront you. You know what? I don't know if I've had dreams about people I've had problems with, but I've had random dreams about people that I have nothing to do with. Like I'm not around this guy. I don't be around this person. I don't, like why am I dreaming about this dude? Right? Why am I dreaming about this guy? You know what I'm saying? I may have known him, but why am I dreaming about him? Like I tell you a dream. Let me tell you a dream about a bizarre dream I had years ago when I was a lot really young. I think maybe I was still in my teens at that time. There was a guy that got murdered, right? So of course, if you grew up in the ghetto, you know a lot of people that get killed, right? So there was a guy that got murdered, and the night he got murdered, the same night he got murdered, I was in my bed sleep, okay, and I dreamt that I got murdered the exact same manner that he got killed. That same night, the same night that he got killed, I dreamt that I got murdered in the exact same fashion that he got murdered. The exact same fashion. Nothing different, in the same area, everything. Whatever happened to him happened to me, because people tell the story of what happened to him and how he got shot up or whatever. I was in the same area, same neighborhood, everything. Took the same steps he took, dropped in the same spot that he dropped. This is the exact same night that he got executed, right? So I found that bizarre because I'm like, I didn't hang around this guy. I knew him, of course. I knew him, and rest in peace to him. But I knew him, but I didn't really hang around him like that. We weren't like childhood friends and buddies. You know what I'm saying? So I was thought to myself like, and it dawned on me because people were describing what happened to him when because of course I had the dream, but I didn't know it was about him. I just had a dream, and I'm like, okay, I had another, because I've been a dreamer all my life. So I'm like, I had another wild ass, crazy ass dream last night, right? I got killed in my dream, pretty much, right? And I get up the next day, I'm out, on the block or whatever. Everybody like, such and such got killed last night. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, he got killed. Like, how he get killed? Oh, such boom, boom, boom. This is how it happened. Boom, boom. So I'm thinking about my dream, and I'm like, that exact fucking same thing happened to me in my dream last night, bro. Right? So pretty much, if I can explain it the best I can, what happened to me in the dream is I didn't see the confrontation. I didn't see what happened or whatever. It was just the dream started with me running, and people were shooting at me. And I got hit a couple of times. And the kill shot for that guy was right behind his ear, right behind his right ear. And that's exactly where I got hit in my dream. I got hit in the back of the right. I felt it and everything. I got hit in the back of my right ear, and I dropped. Boom. When I dropped, as soon as I hit the ground, I woke up. So when people were describing what happened to the brother, and they was like, yeah, he got, they hit him he got hit in the back of the ear. You know what I'm saying? That's what, I was like, oh shit, that shit happened to me last night. Why did I dream about this fool? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't rock with him like that. So, and I got plenty of instances like this, man. But I used to just like, I've been a dreamer my whole life, man. I dream. I see, when I go to sleep, I see things, um, wild things, bizarre things, crazy things that aren't real, right? A lot of times I'm conscious in my dreams, but that was a bizarre one that I had because I actually saw how he was executed, and I dreamt that, right? Hold on, let's go to some might be someone dreaming about you right now. Okay. Hey Vanita 16. How you doing? Thank you for being here. This ain't red cup, but I got some spirits tonight. You dig? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. God damn it. I'm off tomorrow. Fuck it. Like I said, Gail says that was in response to when you were asking, is we saw the screen you were trying to share and nothing was showing on the screen. Okay. Okay, she was talking about the screen. It says, "See anxiety, unsure about living a high quality, long life. You think about what you were born into and how easily the wrong misstep could lead you to death." Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, but to the bizarre part about this dream is it was the exact same night he got killed and in the same fashion. You know what I'm saying? Dreams will help you discover in a simulation maybe something you're thinking about doing, and if you do them, this what could happen. Yeah, but oh no, that's why it's always been an enigma to me. Like, what happens when you sleep? What do you see when you sleep? Because um, that was bizarre to me when people were describing what happened to the brother. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that shit happened to me last night. Immediately, them describing it, I'm like, God damn, bro, that shit happened to me last night in my sleep. I said it to myself. I never told anybody, but I was like, that shit happened to me last night, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck I dream about him? Me and him on cool. He had a lot of people out to kill him, though. That's what I remember about him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, why am I dreaming about him? You know what I'm saying? He was the kind of guy. He was the kind of guy that would try to keep you around him, because he knew people were out to kill him. So I guess he felt that his chances would be better if he had someone with him when his enemies found him. So he would like get you to walk him to the store and shit, like to walk with him to the store. Because every project, you got a little corner store. You walk to the store, go get your little beers. He would try to get somebody to walk him to the store, and he would like keep you like on the street side, just in case somebody come up with the drive by. You'll get hit. You'll get hit before he would. At least that's what he thought, right? He was that kind of guy. He had a lot of enemies. All right. Let's see. People die every day. People die every day. People die every day, B. Yeah, yeah. People die every day, B. You put A though. Did you mean to put A trash can? Said I messed around and had some ice cream. Now I'm sitting here cold. Oh, yeah, yeah. Lacious. Hello, sister. How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Lacious. Thank you for being here. Gail says she gonna go ahead and get her shower out of the way and make herself some hot tea. Then I may be able to rock with y'all hour or two. That's what's up, Gail. That's what's up. Get that shower in, get that hot tea. You gotta counter that ice cream with that hot tea. He going to throw your ass in front of a bullet. Yeah, yeah. He was that kind of guy. I ain't gonna lie. He was that kind of guy. Like, but he wouldn't tell you that. It was just that if you knew what was going on with the dude, he ain't trying to hang. He just got to go to the store. So and then he'll keep you on this side and he'll try to buddy up with you because he know people out to get him. So I guess he figured if he got another body with him, then he gonna throw you like trash can say try to throw you in front of a bullet. That was his stilo right there. You know what I'm saying? I did get it, but it was just bizarre to me the way I dreamt about the brother that night. The night of his untimely demise. He was a young man. He was a young guy. You know what I'm saying? I did have some ties with him to his family. He got some kids by my cousin. You saw paid in full, get it. People die every day. You be all right. You be all right. You got hard. People die every day, B. I think that was Cameron that said that. Thanks, bro. At Gaty Radio. Yeah, this the wormhole, baby. Wormhole. Wormhole, Gale at night. Trust me, a lapdog is where it's at. I don't know what they talking about. Vanita 16 says you're getting premonitions and need to learn how to decipher them. Yeah, yeah. I've been getting premonitions all my life. I have. Some I can remember, some I can't. But if you describe something, I may remember it, or if I'm in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that moment where it's like, I've been here before. Damn it, I know what you finna say. I know it. And I'm just sitting back like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's just mind blowing when you know what I mean? When you really see that. I'm gonna get my shower and put my robe on. Yeah, nice. Look at the trash can got the eyes. Gail talking about getting her robe on. Um, but we're gonna get into a little later on some of my scariest dreams, the dreams that really bother me the most, right? Uh, Throughout the years, because the premonitions and seeing wild and crazy shit. You ever been conscious in a dream? Like I've been conscious, like I dream so much in a lot of my dreams, especially when I was younger. In a lot of my dreams, I'm conscious in my dream. Like I know I'm dreaming because what I'm seeing can't be real. I'm like, this shit can't be real. You know what I'm saying? Like if I dream, I'm like in a black hole like this right here behind me in the backdrop. I'm like, bro, this can't be real. I'm looking up, I'm looking at this crazy shit, tornadoes everywhere, and shit. I'm like, bro, this can't be real. This can't be real. Can't be. But in some cases, I don't know I'm dreaming. Uh and I'm terrified, right? I'm like, oh shit, and it's because everything just seems real. I'm just like, oh wait, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna tell you how bad. I'm gonna tell you. Let me just give you a story about how bad my nightmares used to be. They're not as bad as they used to be, but when I was younger, I used to have nightmares every night, not every now and then. Every single night, I had nightmares. Right. So, I'll tell you how bad they used to be. Um, when I would date women, right, and we're gonna get it in, and we're gonna spend the night or whatever with each other. I would tell her. I would have to give her a disclaimer. I would say, listen. If I wake you up in the middle of the night because I'm in the bed and I'm trembling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just leave me alone and let me sleep. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'll be fine. But if you see me, I'm trembling and I'm because I'm probably going to wake you up. Okay. So if you see that, don't worry about me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having a nightmare. That's how much it used to happen to me. I used to have to forewarn women that I meet before we sleep together that hey, I'm not having a seizure because I would be shaking really bad, and people I thought be thinking like I thought you was having a seizure. I'm like, no, I'm just fucking terrified. In the astroplane, in the parallel universe, you want to call it or whatever, in the dream world, I'm terrified because what I'm seeing is freaking me the fuck out. I got shit attacking me and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So in the dream world, I'm terrified. Bro. It's just the kind of fear you like. Shh, woo. You know what I'm saying? And it's like no escape. You can't get away from it. You can't get away. You're there. You're stuck. You're trapped until I wake up, and I can't wake myself up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had to tell women this, and when they didn't, they thought I was. A lot of them, a couple of them thought I was bullshitting. They like, no, no, you be all right. It's just a little night. They're like, shit, you woke me up last night. That shit was real. Like you scared me. You was trembling and shaking. So because I would be so engulfed in terror that in the physical world, in the dream world, I'm calm. Right. In the dream world, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like I'm talking to entities and shit. I'm like, bro, please leave me alone. God damn, bro. Everything's supposed to be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in the physical world, the terror is transferring to the physical world, and I'm fucking trembling and shit because I'm so goddamn terrified in my sleep. I'm so terrified, right? But in the dream itself, I'm kind of calm. I'm not. I mean, I may be running from some shit, but I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Traskin said, I've been unable to wake up and had, yeah, I used to get that all the time too. I used to get sleep paralysis the time, all the time, to the point where I couldn't even sleep on my back. If I slept on my back, I got sleep paralysis. And the old folk, I'm from the South. So, grandma them tell you that's a demon riding you, boy. That's a milestone. That's a milestone. You're trying to take your soul, trying to take you down to hell, trying to kill you real quick. That's what the old folk in the South say. So don't tell old folk in the South. Don't tell old folk in the South about dreams and stuff. They be like, boy, that's Satan. That's Satan on your ass, boy. Grandma didn't pull out the holy water on your ass. Start splashing you like, boy, Satan on your ass, boy. So yeah, night terrors. Yeah, yeah. I used to have horrible nightmares. I still have nightmares every now and then, but when I was a kid, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, we're gonna get into some of the things I've seen in my sleep. We're gonna get into it. You were in a parallel universe, and that's one of the questions that I have. Do you believe in a parallel? That's what I started out with, Vanita. When the live first jumped off, right? We're talking about I talked a little bit about parallel universes. Does your soul travel? Your spirit, your soul, your real you, whoever travel to a parallel universe when you're asleep, right? Are you living another life? Are you living another life from a parallel universe? Are there 1,000 yous or 100 million yous or an infinite amount of yous living the life at the same time you are, just in different universes? That's the parallel universe, right? Is there another you in existence right now in another parallel universe living a life, maybe a different one than yours? And do we get a glimpse of that? Right? Do we get a glimpse of that when we go to sleep? When we go places and we see things, right? Getty, what the hell, Getty? Disclaimer: I might wake up and choke you in my sleep. Don't worry. She like, okay. Hey, trash can. I done socked a couple of them, bro, in my sleep. Trash can bullshit. I done socked a couple of them in my sleep. They're like, you hit me last night. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I was asleep. I was dreaming. uh, you're so right about that. Yes, yes, man. Crazy. It's horrible being. Well, I would say most of this was maybe my 20s, maybe a little bit of my 30s, but right now it kind of subsides a little bit. It's not as bad. I still have nightmares, but not like when I was young. It was every fucking night, bro. Like no child deserved to go through that shit that I went through. The crap that I saw in my sleep. Nobody, no kid deserved to see all that right there, bro. So I don't know what that was about. 'Cause I was a kid seeing all of this shit. Getty dog, you might have a little yeah, 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 absolutely. Might have some PTSD. Absolutely, bro. I've been through a lot in the parallel universe or in the astral plane. I've been through a lot over there, bro. That's why I've always wondered. That's why I have these thoughts about spirituality and the nature and God and the devil and angels and things, heaven and hell. And I've always been which is what the wormhole is about, right? Not strictly about religion and stuff like that, but the wormhole is pretty much about all of those things, those bizarre things that happen to you, those phenomenon, right? So those phenomenon that happened to me when I was a kid, it made me question nature, life, reality. Like, what the fuck am I here for? Like, what is whatever it is trying to tell me? Because if you trying to tell me that when I die, this is where I'm gonna end up, then goddamn it, I'm gonna try to live forever because I don't want to go back there. Nigga, that shit was torture for real. A horror movie every night when I was a kid. Imagine living in a scary movie every single fucking night when you go to bed, bro. That was my dream world when I went to sleep. Every fucking night. Every night as a kid. So I don't know what the hell my spirit or the universe or whatever was trying to tell me. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Car, salute. I was thinking same TC. Oh, trash can waves. What was you thinking? Maybe a little PTSD. Yeah, I might. Yeah, of course, man. It's surprised I ain't fucking crazy as cat shit. I might be. Shit. I've seen some shit in my sleep. We're gonna get into it too. I'm gonna give y'all some of my dreams, bro. I'm gonna give y'all some of my dreams. I was gonna put like my reoccurring nightmare behind me, but I just don't like those species, and I can't have that shit behind. I just can't be on the screen with them things. You know what I'm saying? If you can dig me, I was gonna make the thumbnail about my reoccurring nightmare. I just couldn't put those things on the screen. I just can't. Them things I can't look at them things. I can't be around them. I can't be in the same room with them motherfuckers. I just can't. You come around me with those things, Oh, it's a problem. I'm out. If you got one of those things as a pet, I'm out. Cause called the brain is magnificent thing. Might not realize it, but it's doing things to try to hold you together. Vanita 16 says now they say you're astro traveling during sleep. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The astro plane is a very fucking unique place. It's a very unique place. But if you're in sleep paralysis, you're there in the physical world, right? So that's why I wish I got to get some people on the panel to ask them about their sleep paralysis because I want to talk about that. I'm always running from something. Yeah, I'm always running from something in your dreams. And then when you're running in the dream, you can't run fast. It's like you it's like you in slow motion. You trying to get away from it, but you just like like what the fuck was that about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Crazy. It's all good. Them 304s like that. The 304 like to be swung on in the sleep. Trash can. I done hit a couple of them in my sleep, bro. Look, y'all just don't know, man. I wish I could have recorded some of that, but my nightmares used to be horrible. Like I would literally be in my bed and the whole goddamn bed be shaking because I'm that terrified. But I can't wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm terrified. I'm trim. I'm like, oh, and a lot of women say, man, I thought you was having a seizure. A couple of women, my ex-wife was like, look, I was about to call the ambulance because I thought you was having a seizure. That's how bad you was shaking. I said, fucking terrified. I'm just in the fucking astro plane, and these fucking things is terrorizing me. God damn it! What did I do to deserve this? Whomever's out there, shit. All right, we got a special guest coming up to the panel, man. I respect the brother. Thank him for the support. Very good, brother. And this platform is for anybody, man. Just this platform is for human beings because we all go through and we all unique experiences, and we all have these enigmas that we just can't understand. And that's what the wormhole is for. Before the billions, salute to you, good brother. How you doing?
Salute. Doing well. How you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. Thank you for being here.
No problem at all. I said I was gonna come up.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. This was impromptu. I couldn't sleep. It ain't shit on TV. So I said, let me get up here. Let me get up here and get a wormhole going because I'm not gonna. If I don't do it today, I'm not gonna do it at all. And everybody keep asking me, man. I appreciate the support for the wormhole for everybody too, because people be asking me in the YouTube streets, like, when is your next wormhole, man? I appreciate that because But yes, we're talking about dreams and nightmares, brother. And I was just explaining to the people that I used to have horrible nightmares when I was a young man. Like, man, even teenage years through all my teenage, I can't remember the earliest I kind of remember is maybe middle school. I don't think it was happening to me in elementary, but definitely middle school, on up through high school, on up through my 20s and into my 30s. I'm 44 now, so they kind of subside. I still have nightmares, but they're not as bad as they used to be. But when I was a kid, man, Jesus Christ, man, you know what I'm saying? So, if you want to, before the billions, do you have a sleep paralysis story for us, or do you have a nightmare story, or a dream story, or a premonition story for us? What's your experience in the astral plane, sir?
Yeah. My sleep paralysis story. Actually, I used to have the same thing when I was younger. When I was a kid, this was. I remember it being so scared because my mom had got with this new guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just a bad guy overall. She like all of a sudden sprung up, like she brought this guy around a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden she sprung up and said, "Oh, we better go get married." I said, "Like, who is this dude? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't never met the
Mm-hmm.
guy before." So then he was going to be my stepdad at one point, and this guy was terrible. But we ended up moving into his house or his like townhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have a nightmare like all the time, just like felt
Mm-hmm.
so uncomfortable. It'd be like every night, and I remember I and this is like elementary school. I remember I would have my I'd be in the bed by myself, and I would have my covers, and I would take my covers and then run up the stairs to their room and just sit outside of their room, um, because I was scared. I have no clue, and all my
Mhm,
dreams used to be centered around a man trying to catch me, like a black figure trying to catch me, and it felt and looked similar to the time when I almost drowned, and
mhm,
I made this story on my YouTube channel, and I told the story about how my dad saved my life when I was about to drown. Um, I was went to Florida, went to Orlando for Orlando Studios, and we had went to one of the resorts, and I was with my twin stepbrothers and my dad and my little half brother. They were off to the side in another pool, and my twin brothers were next to me. We were all going to try and jump into like the 12 feet
mhm,
pool at that time, and
mhm,
at that time it was like 5 feet. I jump in, and for some reason I had my mouth open, and I immediately took in a whole bunch of water as soon as I did that, and I was like, "Oh, I can't breathe." But then for some reason I couldn't swim back up, and I just started drowning and going lower and lower. And I'm like, "Okay, well my brother's gonna help me out," and they were too scared to jump in to save me.
mhm,
Um, so I was sinking down to the bottom. I swear I saw a black figure trying to pull me by my legs, and it's pulling me down, all the way down to the bottom of this 12-foot pool.
mm,
And this actually did happen. My dad, he jumped he ran over from the kiddie pool with my little brother, and then ran over to the 12 feet pool. He jumped in and saved my life. And that's the nightmare I used to have, of that black figure, just
just
every single
every
night
single night.
almost.
So
But
was the when you saw that as a kid, right? Was it lucid? Did you
yeah,
like do you
I
know
knew it
kind of
wasn't.
like what it looked like or
Yeah, I could tell, like, it's like one of those things where you can remember the dream,
mhm,
but like, lucid dreams, it's usually like, okay, I can change what's going on in the dream.
mhm.
But then this was different. Like I felt like I didn't have any power over the situation. The only thing I could do was run or struggle. And because it was a grown man, I was a little kid. So I just was like, I felt overpowered.
So
And
so if you're drowning, right, pretty much your head is up north, your feet are south.
yeah.
Was he south of you and you saw him grab you? Was he pulling you or did he just have his hand on you? Did it look like someone who was an enemy to you, someone who didn't have your best interests at heart? Or was it just a figure? And did it have a trench coat on or did it have red eyes or you know what I'm saying?
No, it just looked like a silhouette. Looked
Okay,
like a
silhouette.
silhouette of a man.
Mm. Did you feel it? Did you feel his hands on you or no?
I felt his hands pulling me down towards the bottom of the pool. And it's almost like this. Like imagine you probably don't have this thing, but like when you are let's say you're downstairs and your like room is upstairs, and then you like turn off the light, and then you
Mhm.
run up the stairs so that way you can get away from the the man chasing you. You ever felt like that? That's kind of what it's like.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever felt that way before, but
Like
that's
something's
why.
there.
Yeah, like something's there chasing you, and you gotta run up the stairs as soon as possible. So that
And
way,
look, and the
I
sheets is
think
gonna save you.
the seats is only because at least like if they pull on me, I can let go of the sheets, and okay, I can keep on running.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's it. Even though the
Okay.
sheets slow you down.
Okay, so that was a That was a near death experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
How
was.
old were you then?
I was I had to have been, like, close to 10, yeah, around that time.
Okay. Yeah. So what about a sleep paralysis story, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in sleep paralysis and did you see an entity or were you just couldn't move, couldn't breathe, couldn't talk?
Now, with that, I have had sleep paralysis, and I remember when I used to live with my grandma and when my granddad was alive, it was, like, when I was a kid as well. I used to think that we had angels, um, going, like, I would see white lights. It turns out it was just, like, the street cars and stuff. But I used to think they were angels when I was, like,
Hmm.
going to sleep. And I was like, "Oh," because my grandma would always tell me that, when you go to sleep, you have angels, walking around you in a circle to help protect you. Now, one day I had it was, like, the weirdest thing. It's like the door was slightly cracked, and, like, I couldn't move or talk or anything like that. And all I see is just, like, the door, behind the door, they going like this, like, real slow, like, and and it's making, like, some weird movements, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's making some weird movements, but, like, his arms are longer than the legs,
Hmm.
and it's, like, walking on his hands
Hmm.
over to me, but it's, like, completely black, and it's, like, a really skinny, almost look like a witch or something like that with some weird, crazy hair,
Hmm.
and, the only thing is it was, like, pitch black, and I just remember it just standing over me with these weird, like, arms and, just, like, staring at me in my face. But then I remembered that, the angels were there, so it couldn't actually touch me. So that was actually, one of the things that, I had, experienced with sleep paralysis. That's just one story of sleep paralysis.
Really? So in your sleep paralysis, you've seen entities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I had my eyes closed. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like I have my eyes closed, but you can see. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
So like, you don't want to open your eyes because you're like, okay, I don't want them to look me in my eyes.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's and they, of course they call it, down south they call it the witch riding your back.
Rich riding your back. Yep. I was just telling a
Yeah,
story about them. I'm from the South. Yeah, we from the South. So yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You old folks, they rich riding your boy. Get that holy water out on your ass. So yeah, I've had sleep paralysis pretty much most of my life, and I've never seen an entity. I've never seen because sleep paralysis would only hit me if I laid on my back. If I made a mistake and went to sleep laying on my back like this here, if I were to try to get up and turn over or something like that's how you find out. You try to get up, turn over a little bit, and then you can't move, you can't breathe, you can't talk. And I remember being a kid in sleep paralysis. I used to be like screaming for my mom because my
Mhm.
mom was like in the next room over, but the words ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, mama, like, the words ain't coming out, but then I can't breathe. So right at the point of like suffocation, it's like it'll let me go, and I'm like, oh shit.
Price is averted.
Crisis averted. Yeah. So then but I got so used to it. I said, okay, well, I can't lay on my back. I gotta lay on my side. If I lay on my side, it won't happen to me. Or I gotta lay on my back or on my stomach or whatever and go to sleep.
Mhm.
Let's get to some chats. Hold on. Benita 16 said when the parallels cross or meet, it's known as deja vu. Yes, that's the thing that I've been talking about. Do we live? Is there a parallel universe? An infinite amount of you living an infinite amount of lives right here at the very moment you're living. So when you have a deja vu, when you see yourself, when you see things that you've been down this hallway before. I dreamed about this. I've been here before. This like it remind me of something, right? Is it deja vu or is it a premonition? Are you veering into your future? Right? Jay Bones, what's up, bro? Thank you for being here. Where you at? How long you been here, Jay Bones?
Now I
Thanks
feel
for
like I
being here,
heard
man.
Jay Bones earlier on Suzette Speaks channel.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that I think that that was him. His name was J Bones on there, but I'm not sure. He had like a honey barbecue bag of chips as a avatar. So I don't know.
I wasn't on there. Trash can say you got to say your prayers before you sleep. I don't know. I don't pray.
Yeah.
I don't pray before I go. I don't pray at all. To be honest with y'all. We're gonna get into that's another wormhole too. I got some good subjects coming up for y'all, man. We're gonna delve into a lot of this stuff. Let me see. Trash can say, oh, he put the grandma made me memorize that prayer when I was a little boy. Oh, to lay me down to sleep. No, no. What's the Lord's prayer? Now that I
Go ahead.
walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Uh, uh I can't remember, but my grandma made me memorize that when I was a kid. I believe in that it helps suppress bad dreams as a kid. I just, I don't know, man. He got some wild women. He talking about the women I had some contact with during my nightmares. I done hit a couple, man. He wake me up the next day like, you was dreaming last night and you hit me. You punched me hard. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Golden Mish. Interesting. What are you speaking of, brother?
I think
Vanilla 16.
that's a
Have either
character.
of you come into a conclusion about your sleep paralysis? I just think it's sleep paralysis. It's the function, the brain is awake, but it hasn't yet signaled to the body yet. Sort of a delayed response. That's how I see it. Now, if you want to get to a spiritual part, then they say sleep is the cousin of death, right? So the closest you can get to death while living is sleeping, right? So that's which is why I've always had these things in my mind where when I go to sleep, man, I see so much. I'm like, is my soul traveling? Did I go somewhere else? Did I because the shit that I seen in my sleep is crazy. So I just think that, but I've never seen an entity. I know people who said they've seen entities during sleep paralysis. Like before the biggest said he's seen entities. I haven't. And I used to have sleep paralysis all the time. Daylight, I have sleep paralysis. It'd be bright as day outside, windows up, blinds open. I just happen to be sleeping on the couch. I catch sleep paralysis right then. And I'm sitting there staring out into the world, and I'm like, okay, when is this gonna break? Because it used to happen to me so much that I'm conscious during that. Same thing with my nightmares, right? So what's your conclusion about sleep paralysis before the billions? Do you have a conclusion about it?
Yeah, man. I think that it is just I think it's almost like a hallucination. I don't think that anything's actually there anymore. I used to. I used to think like, okay, this is actually happening. Like I actually had angels dancing around me, but then I realized, oh, this is just the lights from outside, of the house because we ain't had no curtains, right? So there's
Mhm.
just the lights coming through the blinds. So that kind of dispelled that for me. And then also, you know, the things trying to catch me and run up the stairs with me and trying to do that kind of stuff. That's not there either. Or like the man pulling my legs down. That's not there either. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. That's what I think. At least for
Mm.
my sleep paralysis, I think it was just all in my mind.
Your imagination running wild.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And in some cases, that may be yes. Galen Knight says yes, that was J Bones with the honey chips or something as the avatar. Vanita 16 says my oldest son had sleep paralysis all his life and saw shadow images while in the shower. That's the thing. I've seen so much in my sleep, but I've never looked over and saw an entity. Never. Not that I can recall. From a kid to an adult, I've never looked somewhere and said, I saw a ghost tonight. It was a man standing in the doorway and he walked towards me. And when he got to me, he disappeared or some shit like that. And I was terrified. Everything that I've seen was in the astral plane, right? So hold on one second. Let me see. Let me pull this up. Let's get into this article right here. Everybody thinks that they can decipher dreams, right?
Hmm.
Back in the day, like my shit. My main dream was my main nightmare, man. Oh my god, it was horrible. It was horrible. All right, nightmares. Hold on. But yes, here's my main nightmare. Right,
Mhm.
my main nightmare, the one that I used to have every single night, just about the one that terrorized me, the one that made me tremble in my sleep, the one that I had to forewarn and give a disclaimer to women that I just met before we sleep together. Like, hey, if I go to sleep, you see me trembling, just let me sleep. Don't even bother me. You know, what I'm saying? I wouldn't even tell people to wake me up. Like, man, just let me sleep. You know, um, my main nightmare, my main nemesis was snakes. I dream
Mm.
about snakes every night. Snakes have terrorized me in my sleep since I was a child, and I don't understand why. I don't know why. All I've known is when I go to sleep, right? From childhood to adulthood, like the furthest I can remember back is middle school, not elementary, but middle school. It's snakes, right? So let's get into this article, right? Let's see if we can decipher something. Let's see. Dreaming. Hold on. Dreaming about snakes again. Here are 15 things it could mean. Now, these people trying to decipher a dream, which I don't have a problem with. 'Cause I used to read about stuff like this all the time back in the day, and um, I just never understood. So let's get into it. 15 things snake dreams could be telling you, um, demanding, depending on the specifics. Dreams are personal. I do believe that, right? Dreams are personal. So when it comes to interpreting yours, it's important to note the emotions they bring up and how they might connect to your real life. No dream is random. According to Lauenberg, while there are common interpretations and symbolism, if you have a personal connection to content within the dream, even things like colors or numbers, that's the first thing to pay attention to. I don't know about the damn colors and numbers. With that in mind, she says that a snake most often is going to represent a toxic person or situation in your life, depending on the specifics of your dream's plot. Here are all things a snake can mean. All right, we got a bot. I hope somebody get that bot out the damn chat. You felt afraid of the snake. Shit, who ain't you afraid of snakes? BTB.
Well, not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? It's funny because one of my girlfriend's friends called me over her house so that way I can go kill a snake for her. It was a baby snake,
Mhm.
and I
Okay.
went over there and killed it. So
It's a baby though, right?
it was a baby. Yeah. I guess if I saw a real one, I probably would be scared.
hmm A
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
Okay, it says typically we are very alarmed when we see snakes. Laurenberg notes, therefore, we connected to a person or situation in real life we need to be alarmed or wary about. How did you feel when you saw the snake? If it frightened you, you're likely feeling fear about something in your life. The second most common thing a snake can represent is a need for physical healing. When we see the snake in symbols for physicians, pharmacies, etc., we subconsciously equate the snake with healing. So if you've been bit by a snake, she says, the bite can symbolically represent a shot of healing serum. I don't know about that, but yes, the medical industry did take the snake and the whole snake format for their symbolisms from the ancient Egyptians. If you know the history about that,
Yeah, that's
um,
why you see the S symbol, the double
yes,
S symbol.
yes, that's actually an ancient Egyptian symbol. So that symbolism is comes out of Africa. If you know about that, yes, there is a snake in the medical industry. So it's kind of ironic, right? But similarly, that it said you had a snake on you. Okay, so I'm gonna break down a couple of these. Similarly, if the snake climbs on you, say your leg or around your chest, it might be connected to an area of the body where you need physical healing. Lauren Bro says, whether you're aware of it or not, your dream may not be giving you a sign of an imbalance somewhere in your body. Your dream may be giving you a sign of an imbalance in your body. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, so let me, because I done had snakes on me. I done been bit by snakes. I done had to
Yeah.
fight snakes in my
Oh, you
sleep.
talking about in your dream?
In my dream. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. You saw the same snake again. If your snake dream is recurring, or if you're having lots of different snake dreams, this means you might feel overwhelmed by a toxic person or situation that's constantly present, like your spouse or coworker. She knows. The more present the snakes in your dream, the more present the person is in your life. If it's really a frequent dream and it's been going on for a long time, what issue in your life has been going on for as long as the dream has? Lowenberg asks. Look at how you're behaving and reacting to the dream because it would tell you how you're behaving and reacting in real life. Uh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Now, as far as what I'm seeing, have you ever had snake dreams, BTB?
Never.
Yeah. See, you never had snake dreams. I have. I had snake dreams all my life. And, this thing. Really fine. Okay, you saw a rattlesnake. Nope, I've never seen a rattlesnake in my.
You know what, Getty? I have had I have had a dream of a lion, and
Mm.
you know what? The dream, it was me flying.
Uh,
Gail over here about to make her some
Gail over
cereal,
here
huh?
trying to hypnotize us with the
With
the
Oh, my
scary
bad.
movie. The
with
scary
the get
movie.
out, the
Trying
get
to
out,
stir it
Yeah,
like a
get out.
like
Gail trying to
coffee.
get out of us when we talk about dreams.
with the T.
Stir it like coffee. Click, 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 click.
Yeah, hit the green coffee, hit the green coffee
Yeah.
button. But yeah, so in the dream of the lion, I'm flying through the air and I go up into the clouds, and then I see the lion and it starts roaring at me, and I'm scared of the lion. Like, oh, I can't look upon the lion, and then I find out that I think I looked this up before. Or I just made it up, but I thought
Mhm,
that the lion was God, and
mhm,
maybe that was just the form that they took.
mhm,
And because maybe it's because I watched the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then that was the allegory for God Himself, the lion, Aslan. But maybe that could be the case as to why I thought that. But
mhm.
yeah, that was one of the weirdest dreams. Never had a snake though, which will be the opposite of the lion.
It would absolutely.
When you mention
Uh,
the snake,
so,
oh, I'm
huh?
sorry.
Go ahead, Gail.
No, when you mentioned the snake, I instantly thought about how snakes represented in the medical field.
Yeah, yeah, we talked about that. Yep.
Oh, okay, I'm late. My bad. All right then. Well, y'all go ahead.
No, you good. You good. We talked about how that symbol, the medical, it comes out of Africa. That's a
Yeah. Okay.
African symbol comes out of Egypt. Yep.
Now, when we
Uh,
discussed the dreams a while back, when we first before you even started the channel, I believe,
mm-hmm,
I was saving a dream or saving an event that was like a dream, I guess, till this day. Because I don't really have dreams, but when I do, they always mean something, but I always forget to write it down. Now, recently, this is just kind of weird. I was laying here on the sofa. I went to sleep on the sofa.
mm-hmm,
And I'm gonna say in my dream, it must have been in my dream, my left ankle was hurting really like I just hit it on something really bad.
mm-hmm,
And I don't remember now, but it's like I must have hit it in my dream because when I woke up, it was hurting for a minute, then it stopped. Like, what? It ain't gonna just you hit your ankle, it ain't just gonna stop hurting like that.
mm-hmm.
And like the way my sofa is set, my living room set up, there's nothing hard on that side where my ankle got hit at, or where I hit my ankle at. So I like where did I hit my ankle at on that side of the sofa? And I don't know what
You,
happened.
you hit
I didn't
your
write
you hit
anything
your ankle in
down.
the dream.
Huh?
You hit your ankle in the dream.
I'm assuming it was in the dream because I didn't hit it in real life.
Okay.
I didn't leave my house that day.
But so was you sore the next day?
Uh-uh. No, it was a, and I, I was on the sleep on the sofa the same. Like, you know how you go and sleep on your sofa in the middle of the day? Just, and you wake up and you get in the bed later on.
Yep.
Yeah, just in here. Um, Took a nap on the sofa, hit my ankle in a dream, and woke up and it was hurting, and it just stopped hurting. Maybe I went all the way awake. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And when it
Okay.
stopped hurting, I was awake. I don't know. It's weird. But I will tell you about this one dream. Well, I don't know if you want to call it a dream where I was asleep. Now, I used to always have this. I'll say maybe someone said it was me stepping outside of myself. But like, I would be asleep
Mhm,
and it's time for me to wake up and I don't wake up,
mhm.
someone would kick my bed. I would feel my bed being kicked. You know how you can feel your body move like your bed being kicked?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's in the house with me, but I'm not afraid. I'm not startled or anything.
Yeah.
That had happened quite. That has happened quite often. Where I just couldn't. I just wasn't waking up. I wasn't fighting in my dream or anything. I just wasn't waking up. I need to be woke.
All right.
I need to wake up. My alarm didn't go off or something, but I need to wake up.
Okay.
And a few times, I'm not sure if I was laying on my back. I believe I was, but it felt like I fell in the bed. Like I had lifted up from the bed and I woke up and I fell
Hmm.
on my back in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And that had
Hmm.
happened a few times. I wasn't afraid though, it's just that I was wondering that I still did I what they call it? What do they call it?
What?
What do they call when you rise up?
Oh, levitating?
Levitate, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you felt yourself levitate
Yeah.
while you were asleep or awake or coming out of a dream. Which is it?
But see, I wasn't dreaming. That's the because I don't really have dreams like that.
Okay.
So it's
Lucky
like,
you.
huh?
Lucky you. Shit. You're not a dreamer.
Yeah. I heard you had some horrific dreams.
Yes. And I'm about to tell
But
a story of one right now. Since
okay,
we're
let's
talking
go.
about snakes. Huh?
Let's go. I got my tea ready. You know what? My laptop turned on too low. Go ahead.
So my recurring dream started when I was a kid, middle school, as far as I can think, remember back, is you ever woke up in a dream, right?
I don't
So I'm dreaming, I'm sleeping, and I wake up, I'm in a dream. So when I wake up, I already know I'm in the astroplane, I'm in the dream world. I didn't have this knowledge then, but matter of fact, let me get a couple chats before I tell this story because Vanita's dropping some signs. He says, "Have either of you?" Oh, she already asked that question. She said, "My eldest had sleep paralysis." She asked me something. Okay. She said, "Snakes are a symbol of rebirth and transformation."
okay.
Okay, and she says, "Getty, you mentioned that your ancestors are of this land. The snake may be your spirit animal." Shit,
Okay.
that ain't no spirit animal. What you talking about?
You ever heard, you from the South, Getty? Have you ever heard that if you're trying to move and you can't, that they say the devil around your back? You ever
Yeah,
heard
the
that?
witch,
The
or
devil around your
devil. Yeah,
back. Yeah, the witch, yeah.
yeah, the witch on your ass. Yep.
I don't know how
Uh,
true that is about no witch, but okay.
Lacey said she just had a dream. She said, "Was just dreaming. I'm on the damn roller coaster at Universal Studios just now, and I'm scared of roller coasters."
You sure got a roller coaster or something.
I mean, this conversation might be might be spurring some dreams or something out of you, might be pulling some dreams out of you. But anyway, my recurring nightmare. Let's just get into it. I wake up in a dream. Imagine this. Imagine going through this. You wake up in a dream, right? You're laying in a bed in a room. The bed is covered with snakes. You're covered with snakes. The walls is covered with snakes. The ceiling is covered with snakes. Okay. And as soon as I wake up, So I got snakes all the way up to my neck. They all around my head, and they're everywhere. They're all over me. I'm covered. Ceilings, the walls, everywhere I look, I see snakes all over the place, right? And as soon as I wake up, right, I can imagine like in the physical world, that's when the trembling starts because I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, you're
Mhm.
covered in snakes. So um I try to move because I'm covered in snakes. I'm like, yeah, let me try to at least try to get up or something. When I
Mhm.
try to get up, one of them bite me. Boom, bite my hand
Mm.
and grab me and bite me. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. So I'm talking to the snakes. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do it no more. I won't move no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Just let me fucking go. Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
And uh a couple of that dream right there was a recurring dream, literally for years and damn near every single night. I wake up and I'm in a bed in a room full of snakes, walls, ceiling, bed, and I'm covered in snakes, and they're just on me all over.
Mm.
And
But
every
so
time
you
I try to move or something, one of them will bite me. Yeah, and they always bite me like on my right hand. It wouldn't bite me nowhere else, but just on my hand, it bite me, just grab my ass.
you right-handed?
Yeah, I'm right-handed. And that was a recurring dream every single night. And every time I wake up in that dream, I'd be terrified because, you know, imagine seeing just snakes everywhere, not just on the floor,
Mhm.
the walls, the ceiling, everything is just snakes. I'm just looking around at snakes all around me. And I'm like, oh shit. And I wake up and a dream. And that's when the trembling started in the physical world. Cause I used to tell
Mhm.
girls, listen, man, you know, I have nightmares. So if I wake you up trembling, just let me sleep. I'm fine. So um couple of times I would eventually make it out of the bed, right? So
Mhm.
now I'm running through the house. I'm trying to find the way out of the house because everywhere, you know, it's still snakes everywhere. Snakes on the floor, snakes on the wall, snakes on the ceiling. I'm running through the house. You know, you got snakes striking at me. And then when I finally get to the door, this happened one time. This dream happened only once though. But I
Mhm.
finally get to the door, right? And as I'm approaching the door, I'm like, oh, there go the door. I'm about to get up out of here. A three-headed snake comes out of nowhere. Big ass three-headed snake
Dang.
comes out of nowhere. Boom, stands in front of the door, and I gotta fight this fucking snake. And being the snake brawling in the middle of the damn hallway. This big giant three-headed snake, and uh, eventually I kill it and I leave the house. That happened to me once. That dream happened once, but for the most part, it's just been snakes and snakes and snakes and snakes. I've seen fat snakes, small snakes, little snakes, flying snakes, snakes striking at me from the air. I'm running from snakes. I'm flying, running away from snakes. It's just been snakes on top of snakes on top of snakes on top of snakes. That's my recurring nightmare. I see them creatures all the time in my sleep, and I've never understood why,
So do
especially
you
being
have
so
dreams during
young.
do you have
Mhm.
dreams during the day? Like when you take a nap during the day? Do you have
Hell
dreams?
yeah.
Or nightmare?
Anytime. Anytime. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And that's not my only nightmare. That's the one that terrorized me the most. But I've seen a
It's
lot of
serious
bizarre
now?
things in my sleep. I've been killed. I've been decapitated in my sleep before. Uh, I've been shot up, killed. I've been I've flown. You know,
Mhm.
up in the air and fly or some shit. I fell out of trees and died. I fell off buildings and died. It's just when I'm in the dream world because I used to dream so much. I knew it was a dream. Like that snake
Mhm.
dream used to happen to me so much. I knew I was there. I'm like, oh shit, how
Yeah.
long this shit gonna last?
Here we
I was
go.
saying it to myself.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm like, yo, what? Oh shit, here we go again. God damn. But in the physical world, I'm
It's
panicking and I'm trembling. But in
oh.
the dream world, I got so used to it that
Mhm.
in the dream world, I'm like, God damn, how long this gonna? Okay, how long this gonna last tonight? All right, here we go
Mhm.
again.
Don't bite my
You know what I'm
hand.
saying? Every single night, and I got so used to it, I knew that I was in fucking bizarro world because it'd be some crazy shit happen. I'm like, this can't be real. But I'm lucid. I'm lucid in the dream. I'm lucid like I'm sitting here right here talking to you right now, looking around.
Mhm.
But I'm like, this can't be real. It's got to be a dream. There's some bullshit here. You,
Ain't no time I mean live you've lived.
huh?
I said I'm gonna tell you how ain't no time you've been here. How many time you've been here? You probably have so many different lives you've lived.
That's what I'm saying. We was talking about that too. Parallel universes and
Mm-hmm.
living reincarnation,
Cause
karma, living different lives and
yeah,
being here before. And I'm like, yo, is it a parallel universe? Like, when I go to sleep, does my soul and spirit travel to other dimensions and things like that? But you said some people don't dream. Like, damn, you so lucky.
yeah, I don't. Like I said, if I do, it's something I need to write it down because it's something that's trying to tell me. It's some kind of sign I need to pay attention to, and I usually always forget to write it down.
Man, you lucky.
And
Yeah,
I've had
you
divination
dream?
before.
I envy that.
Yeah,
I envy that. Like, you don't dream? Jesus Christ. I dream all the time. And they
but
was
you
the
be having
worst
like
when I was younger.
nightmares though. You have more like
Yeah,
night.
they were worse when I was younger. When I was younger, my nightmares were super bad. They were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You
Every
know
single.
what? I remember when I was growing up, like I remember telling my granddad, like, yeah, granddad, I can remember my dreams, and he thought that that was the strangest thing. Like he could never remember his dreams, let alone actually interact or anything like that in his dreams. Have you ever met somebody like that who just simply just could not remember any dreams?
I don't remember a lot of mine because
Me
I
either.
dream so much, but a lot of mine I don't remember. Some of them I do. I just know I had a dream last night. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them I don't remember, but some of them I do. And some of them I'll be like, why the fuck? What the hell was I dreaming about that for? Then sometimes I'll be like, I had a crazy ass dream last night, but I just can't remember what it was
It
about.
was, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know I had a dream. I just don't remember what it was about. And then sometimes I wreck my brain trying to remember, like, what the hell was that dream about? And it never come to me. It never come to me. But yeah, a lot of them I don't remember. I probably don't remember half the dreams I've had because I've dreamt so much in my lifetime.
Mhm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every time I'm asleep, I'm dreaming. I see something. May not be a nightmare. It may be a regular dream. I done seen car accidents, tornadoes, floods, fire tornadoes, blizzards.
Mhm.
Uh,
So
I've, I've, I've seen some wild shit in my sleep.
now, getting let me ask you this too: is that so I wear glasses, I have astigmatism, and when I close my eyes, I sometimes I can see like this. It's like it looks like a burn hole or something like that. It looks like this,
Mhm,
and it's like not a perfect oval or anything,
mhm,
but then it's like if I try to focus in on it, it's like clear. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like you ever see something that's like kind of blurry and then you focus in and it just clears up. And it's
mhm,
like you can like actually see through it.
mhm,
And sometimes that happens when I'm asleep. And what happens is that when I look through it, it's like oval, but it has like a little circle in between it. And um I'll look through it and then I could see things through the like the hole, like the burn hole.
mm,
But I don't know
mm.
if that has something to do with like my eyesight or anything, but that's just also another thing that I noticed.
You know what? That's interesting because is that like that can be like a wormhole, right? Like you're looking into it's something that might be really tiny, but it's really gigantic, right?
Yeah.
Because parallel universes and the universe and things like that, size and time is of no consequence, right? So it can be something this big, but once you peer into it, it's actually larger than the actual universe we're in right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because time is so you may have a gift to see something. JC, what's up, man?
What's
Salute.
going on? What's
Hey.
up, Lucy?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, hey man, we in the wormhole, man. We going there tonight, brother.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
And also, you know what, Getty, when you say it like that, you remember the first Men in Black?
Mm-hmm. That that
And
that 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 universe he had around his neck.
Yep, the
Yeah.
cat had around his neck. Yeah.
Mhm. See, a lot of movies that give you some truth, man, about like science has proven. I don't know if it's proven, but I guess they suspect. I guess it's a theory that
Mhm.
through numbers and things like that, that they've proven that there is a parallel universe, and there's like an infinite number of yous living an infinite number of lifetimes simultaneously at the same time. And sometimes, like Diva, like Vanita said, that when your path cross with another universe that you may be in at the same time, that's where you get a little deja vu sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You remember things that you was in a certain environment, you saw a certain scene, like you was in a
yeah,
store, you saw a certain shelf, it looked a certain way, and like I've been here, I've seen this before.
yeah. That used to happen to me all the time. I'd be
It
like, yo,
happens
I've
to me
been here
all the
before.
time now.
Somebody finna walk through the door. They
And
gonna
I
say this.
pause like,
I've been here before.
yeah, and I pause like I've been here before. This has happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Yeah.
So
So
that's
I
called
look at it either in two
or is it
ways.
called, huh?
Either that's your one of your yous in a parallel universe. You done lived that life before,
Mhm.
or it's a premonition. You're seeing into your future.
Okay.
You
Talking
know what I'm
about
saying?
premonition,
Yeah.
let me chime in on that.
We're talking about all of
Mhm.
it. Hmm.
Yeah. So, by the way, yeah, what's up, BDB? What's up, Gail?
Hey,
Hey,
yeah,
what's
we got
up,
some music.
JC?
Not much, not much.
Mhm.
Yo, I just
We got
wanted to
some
chime in
music.
on the.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna cut
I
you.
just wanted to chime in on the premonition part. Like I was actually really trying not to, not to go on Google YouTube stay too long, and then I saw that stream. I'm like, yo, I gotta connect, man. You do it again. You do it again. You're gonna
Always
keep me.
suspending.
Man, I didn't
Oh,
plan it
you
out. I
Casey, I'm
said,
going to
I
bed.
couldn't
You're
sleep.
gonna
I
keep
couldn't
me up.
sleep. And I said, and people keep asking me about the wormhole. I said, man, let me just, let me do one
Yeah,
tonight. Maybe
you're
people will
gonna keep
find it.
me. You're gonna keep me up at night again, man. Like,
Mhm,
yeah,
me too, JC.
yeah. All right, yo. There is some. I always had deep dreams as well, right?
Mhm.
Lucid dreaming. Um, Me too. And my family. My dad has them, but I have them too. My brother doesn't remember his dream. My mom sometimes does, but my mom was the one who understood what I had. Like because very young, I was telling her about my dream. She was like, "Yeah, this kid is on something else." So she was the one who was guiding me on how to control my dream. So that was fun, and
Mhm.
and yeah, but so I had many dreams. Like you had nightmares, you had like lucid dreamings, and then
Mhm.
there are dreams that I would have that I call them the five sense dreams. It's kind of like in those dreams, all of your senses are active.
Mm,
So I had actually a dream where I was in a war. Like I had many war dreams. One
Mhm.
was I was a samurai, and then I woke up the next day. Like I felt the pain of a sword hitting me from the back,
Mhm.
like
mm,
pierced through me. And then when I woke up that day, I spent the entire day with the pain exactly from the back and the front, exactly where the sword would pierce through me. So I had dreams like that, and then I also had a dream where I was a slave in the Asian army and fighting for freedom.
mm,
So,
Mhm.
so I had a couple dreams like that, and I mean, I also had very weird dreams that my dad would actually help me understand because some of these dreams were messages. Like I would say most of my dreams, like weird dreams, they were like messages, right? And
mhm,
then out of all of these type of I also had one astrophysic dream where my body literally, like I saw my body left. I mean, I saw me leaving my body.
mm,
Mhm.
The first time it happened, I was scared. I woke up. Then I'm like, okay. And the second time it happened, then I remember that I'm like, okay, I'm still dreaming. Let me keep going at it. And then yeah, I was basically traveling in other places like on Earth, but I wasn't on a wormhole. So I had like many scales of dream, but the one that is the most, I mean, it's not even a scary dream. It's just like one of these dreams you have, and you're like, yo, there is something weird. Like, are we
mhm,
in the Matrix or something?
mhm,
Mhm.
It's I think I heard you because I connect very late from the stream, but I heard you say like, "Are you doing anything? Have you ever had a dream where you woke up and you are in a dream, right?"
Yep.
So it started like that for me. Like
Like I
the dream
the
started,
dream
and then
started.
I woke up, and what happened is I woke up in my room. I'm like, okay, so I know where I'm at. I'm in my room, and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go to school. I'm like, so I rushed to the bathroom, wash my face, wash my teeth, getting ready to choose my clothes, and then run to catch the bus. Then I have to take the subway. So, and then when I'm on the subway, I'm like, okay, normally I study for my exam, so I'm getting ready to study for my exam. Then I got to school, I get to my exam, I run through my exam, and then there was a question. The last question was the 13th question,
Mhm.
Mm.
question number 13. And then I read it and I was shocked because that's at that point I realized I have no idea how to answer this question. And then if I fail this question, then I'm going to fail the course. And if I fail the course, my GPA was low, then they're going to kick me out of the school. So
Mhm.
I'm like, all right, how do I do this? And then I woke up. So I woke up, then I'm like, but I remember very vividly what I just went through. I remember
Mhm.
very vividly what happened. And I woke up the exact same way that I saw in my dream. And then I look at the time, the exact same time that I saw in my dream. That's what I see.
Wow.
Then I'm like, okay, so what's the next step? I go to the bathroom and I'm thinking of the dream as I'm doing it. I'm like, I mean, I always have deja vus, right? But that
Mhm.
was like beyond a deja vu. That was like a deja vu and then a huge feeling of there is something wrong. You better figure it out what it is on top of the deja vu, right? And I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? And then I open the door to get the clothes and I'm like, I mean, not only I've seen that before, but what the
Mhm.
heck, right? And I'm
Mhm.
Mhm.
going to the bus, running to catch the bus, the same bus. I go to the subway, but then this time when I'm on the subway, um, I'm like, you know what? Let me try to. I'm because I'm studying on the subway, right? But I'm like, let me figure out what that question was, right? Then I read it, and then I ran to my exam again. When I got to school, I did my exam, and then the last question, the question number 13, was the exact same question again. Now, at
Mm.
that moment right there, when I realized what question 13 was, my heartbeat was like as if someone shocked me,
Mhm.
and then I finally woke up.
So you got to see the exam questions.
So what was happening was the first time was the dream.
You have
The
a dream with
second
the dream.
time was I was still dreaming.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like I was dreaming about a dream. So it's kind of a really
Dream
inception
within a
shit,
dream.
three layers.
I've had those before. Yeah.
That's crazy. But I only had that once. But I feel. But guess what? The third time, yo, I slapped my face. I'm like, I want to know if I'm dreaming this time. I shower with cold water. Like the first two time I actually didn't shower, I just brushed my teeth and wash my face. This time I shower with cold water. Like I did everything opposite to this dream. Like the same clothes I was wearing. Like I decided not to wear those clothes. I wore something else because I don't want to fail. I'm like, I don't want this dream to come true. But then I started studying on the subway in the dreams. I started studying in the bus in the real life, right? I studied on the
Mhm.
bus. I made sure to study question 13. And then I studied on the subway too. And then when I got to school, I didn't even look at the first 12 questions. I just jumped straight to question number 13. And it was the exact same thing that I saw in my dream. And I was like, holy
Mhm.
cow, bro. Holy cow. And guess what? I actually passed that course, but I passed with like a razor thin margin. And if I had failed it, oh, it would have been bad, man. I would have had
I've
probably
been
to
bad.
Yo, it would have been bad, man. But that was like one of this inception dream. That's the first time I ever had one like that, and it was crazy, man.
Mm. Yeah, man. You'd be surprised at the things that you see when you close your eyes and go to sleep, man. It's
Mhm.
always amazed me and wowed me with things that I've
Yeah.
seen. And I've seen some horrible things. I haven't seen a lot of good things in my sleep. I've seen horrible things. I've seen a lot of good things too, but for the most part, man, bad.
Let me ask you this, Getty, because how do you make a distinction between a nightmare and one of the, because again, you see multiverse, like parallel universe. I have a different theory about it, but I think we can still agree that it's something not normal, right?
Mhm,
Something supernatural, or or super scientific, or super physic. I don't know how you call it, but
mhm,
how do you make a difference between a nightmare, which is a regular nightmare, or maybe a little bit intense of a nightmare, and then this? Because me too, man, I saw some snakes too in my dreams, and
mhm,
then but it was a white snake, and it
mhm.
had the vampire teeth, and it also had the head of Marilyn Manson.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, when I had this dream, I was stuck in a maze, bro. I was stuck in a maze running for my life, and you had this giant white snake
Oh yeah,
slithering through the maze trying to find me, bro. It was
Oh
crazy.
shit!
I
yeah.
couldn't even
I'd be
see
Really?
scared
the
on
head
that
the
one.
whole time,
And
and
you
it
look like
was I don't
Marilyn. You look like Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson, bro. Like Marilyn Manson is already white, like with the white powder he puts in his face, and then like
Mhm.
the snake was the same thing, just a continuation of his face, man. And then like sometimes he twists his eyes and he's all weird eyes, no hair, and he was like that was that
Oh,
was that damn I'm
oh,
talking
that's
about it. I
scary.
just remember that snake, bro. Scary ass snake. But that was a nightmare to me. However, my five senses were active on this dream. Like I was
Mhm.
sweating in the dream. When I woke up sweating. Like I I got bitten in the dream. When I woke up, I had the same pain in my neck. Like it, I don't know. How do you make a distinction between a nightmare and one of these supernatural like parallel universe dream?
I put them both in the same vein.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I had to chalk it up a long time ago as a supernatural phenomenon because of the things that I was seeing, and I just couldn't understand it. Like, why am I seeing this shit every fucking night, bro? Like, if I'm not covered in snakes, right? Then I'm running from them. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm fighting them, or I may, or somewhere in the dream, it's gonna be a snake over there in the corner or some shit. It's gonna be a snake up there, and I'm trying to walk through a walkway, and the motherfucker's striking at me and shit. You know
Yo,
what I'm
that's
saying?
fucked up, bro. Never
So
heard
I've always
anyone.
chalked it up to be a supernatural phenomenon because that's the only way I could understand it. Because I was like, this don't, especially considering that my nightmares started so young. I was in
Yeah.
middle school, where my nightmares about snakes and things started happening. Then I would have these premonitions, and then I would have um, people like I told the story before about the guy that got killed, and I got when he got killed, the same night he got killed, I dreamt that I got killed the same way on the same night he got killed. So the next day, people telling me how he got killed, and I'm like, damn, I dreamt about that. I got killed just like that last night, but I had no real connection with the guy. I knew him, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, why the hell I dream about that? Why the hell did that? Like I was telling Gail, I've been decapitated in my dreams before. I've had my head cut off, right? I know how
Yeah.
bullets feel. I've been shot before in my dreams, right?
Yo.
You feel the pain. Like it's not that something's happening. You like I feel that shit. I've been shot and I done been machine gunned in my chest, you know,
Yo.
in my
Yo.
dream. And
Yo. Guess what happened too? The Last Sam. Have you ever seen the movie The Last Samurai
I can't
with
remember what happened, but yeah,
Tom Cruise? Remember
yes,
that scene? Yeah,
I
remember
remember
that
the movie.
scene where they brought that machine gun and they were gonna slaying just all these samurai?
Hmm.
That was my first deja vu.
Mm,
The first deja vu I ever had was from watching this. And then that
mm,
night, I slept, and I dreamt that I was a samurai.
Mm.
mm. Yes, that's the
Question.
thing about the deja vu. It kind of that's what perplexes me about the whole thing. It's like, listen, have we been here before?
Yeah.
Or am I looking into my future? Am I making the right step? Do I feel confident that when I have a deja vu, right,
Yeah.
that I've made all the right decisions for my life? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
am I saying is it me saying, okay, whatever path you chose was predestined for you, and you're actually on the right track? right? Or is it a parallel universe? Am I is it a thousand and a million me's living my exact same life right here at the same time that I'm living,
I don't
and I
know
may
about
cross
that.
paths with that every now and then in the astral plane, right?
Yeah, but
That's
man,
what perplexes me about the whole thing because I can't get it. Because I know a lot of people that have premonitions. Yeah, I talk to anybody. Yo, you ever had a premonition? You seen some shit before that you like? I've been here before. I dreamt about it. Like, yeah. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't really know a lot of people that haven't had premonitions.
yeah, my dad
Hey,
has it once a year, at least once a year,
hey,
Yeah,
every
get
time
it.
on January.
yeah. What up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask. So we've been talking about like like the real life dreams and stuff that we have, nightmares and premonitions. Have you ever had like just a dream, as in like your goal for your life? I mean, like
Bro, all the time.
yeah, man. I mean, like I've been making these videos lately talking about the $100,000, and really people are obsessed with it. Just the goal. I just want to make six figures.
Mhm.
Trust me, it's not all that, man.
It ain't all that. I mean,
You're going to make it, and you don't even realize you made it.
yeah.
The
If
more
your
you make, the more you make, the more you need.
lifestyle changes, it's like, oh, I need more. So,
Yeah, the
Yep.
More
more you
money,
make,
more
the more you
problems.
make, the more you're gonna need. Yep.
Yeah.
mhm.
Right. So, and actually, it's funny because Moments with Diva actually just commented on a poll I put up, and she was like, just to give you guys how much $100,000 is, it is the
In South
equivalent
Africa.
of yeah, in she's Nigerian in South Africa,
Hmm.
and then so she said that let me go back to it real quick. It is $100,000 in US dollars is equal to 1,523,545 South African rand, and in Nigeria it is 41,809,020 dollars.
But let me ask you this: Is
I
a
can take
house,
41 million a year. Give me that.
but is a house is worth a 41 million dollar Nigerian dollar?
I don't know. Let me see. Moments with Diva. Can
That's
you
a
come
good
up?
question. What about
Because
Lagos and all of that?
yeah, it's all relative.
Well, they got some beautiful houses. I be looking at this channel
Compounds.
in Africa, and they be looking at the property houses in Lagos and stuff. Man, there be some fly ass properties out there.
They really
Shit,
build those houses.
$30.
Ain't none of that mess we got over here. They really build those houses, those
That
compounds
must
over
just be
there.
nice.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
Technology
So
all throughout them and everything. Shit, them motherfucker can't be a couple of $1,000. Can't be.
man, this thing
Because
says
if so, I'm
90.
leaving next
It
month.
says 90 billion.
90 billion for a house?
No, 90 million.
Oh, okay. So that
It
means
says the
that's
average price
basically
is
250,000 US.
yeah. So it's
I'm
well, no, it would for 90. Oh yeah, it would be a lot more. Be like
Yeah,
is it
they
three
got some
times?
nice properties out there, bro.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
times.
So it's all relative, right? But
Yeah.
but but let me ask you this. But here's what I found. When I was growing up, I found that I had the power to control my dream,
Mm.
to see whatever I see in the real life, I can replicate that in my dream. So if I wanted to go anywhere in the world and then I would go on TV, I would see it and then I would replicate that in my dream and I would put myself in it.
Mm.
Now, what I couldn't do, and that took me a
Mhm.
long time to do, but remember I was telling you I have like those five senses dream. Now, what I couldn't do is I couldn't activate my five senses dream in a dream that I replicate. Like
Oh.
no,
Okay.
normally my five senses dream they happens randomly, and then my five senses are activated in those dreams. But whenever I try to control them, like it took me a very long time. But the first time I did it, I was in a dark place, and man, oh man, that when I actually control my five sense, like I was actually burning something, and I don't know how dark we want to go tonight, but let's just say I was burning something, and I smelled
Do
the
it. Hey, look, this the wormhole, brother. What you mean?
yo, yo.
The darker, the better.
So here's how it started. I was an innocent kid, bro. I was, just like billion before the billions was saying. I was doing a lot of dreams where I could modify them, and then I was actually 12, 13, so those hormones were were flowing,
Mhm.
and I must have an anomaly with me because my testosterone level must have been like way above normal, because let's just say I was always hard, always, all the time, between the age of between the age of 12 and 15. I was like always, right?
Mhm.
So you have like hit me baby one more time, you have Ali Berry, you have all these ladies. I would see them on TV the same night. Oh, I'm gonna meet you tonight, girl.
This is not dark. What are you talking about? Go ahead.
No, it's not
No,
dark. What are
wait,
you?
wait. It's getting there. Don't worry. It's getting there.
He has got
Okay.
to.
And yo, I got so it was scary how good I got at this, because I would see a girl with just a skirt or just like the top of her knee, and then I could shape her
The
in my
top of the knee.
dream exactly how she would be in real life naked, man. Like very close. And if I see like when legging came popular, that was like literally a dream come true. Like, because I had all the shape I needed, I would go back on my dream, recreate that, and it was perfect, man. But that's what I was doing. And then I had my RP moment. My RP moment happened when I was in high school, where I started being humiliated like for like the most ruthless way possible.
Mhm.
Like I'm not even talking with women, I'm just saying hi, and then the first time it happened was a girl say, hey, don't talk to me, you're too ugly and you're too poor to even
Mhm.
talk to me. Come
Wow.
back to me when you're rich, because you'll never be pretty. And then she said that to me publicly, loud. Everyone heard it, everyone started laughing at me. I got made fun for like years just from that sentence. So I kept repeat it kept repeating it on my mind all the time.
Mm.
Mhm.
And then many other girls, I guess, started like bashing me publicly too. And it was like my first year of high school, that's how it was. On top of that, I was the youngest in my class because I was 1 year younger than everybody else. And
Mhm.
some people were like repeating this course like 3 times. So they were like pretty old.
You're
So
not
you
too
was a,
smart.
you was a, you was a smart guy. Everybody
Uh
else was the idiots
Why is
around.
that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was very small, and then on top of that, I had a learning disability, so school was really not easy for me, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was
Look
all
at
that
you
was
now.
going on. What?
I said, look at you now.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But
Yeah, we'll
yo,
see. You popping.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. But yo, G. Then that was the first event. Then another event happened. Then another event happened. I only had bad experience. By the time I was 15, bro, I had all this dark energy in me, bro, when it comes to women.
Mhm.
Like I was first, what was the worst? At 14, I decided to be, what? I'm not talking to any women anymore. I'm just going to stay away from them. And then even though I was staying away from women, so another girl that I met that was in my neighborhood, she doesn't even know me. She saw me for the first time and she started bashing me out of nowhere. Like I didn't talk to her, I didn't even look at her, and she started bashing me in front of a girl that I actually liked a lot. And then she bashed me for an hour. We started debating, started fighting for an hour. After that day, man, I was so pissed. But that day, man, let's just say Hitler JC was born, bro. And
Mm.
Hitler JC was only alive in my dream.
Wait, what kind of JC?
Hitler JC.
Okay.
The Yeah, and that night I went there, man. I had a dream. It happened around like those holidays when it comes to like I forgot how you call it, but yeah, Vendredi Saint. How do you call that in English. Like the Good Fridays, I think. Yeah, it was around that
Oh, for
vacation
sure.
time. Sorry, what?
Like for Christians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was Good Friday, so we had like couple times off at school. So I was playing basketball with my friend. That happened, and I saw around Good Friday in Haiti. We always have this movie playing where those old school like 1940s and 50s Jesus movies. So and there is a scene where he gets like nailed on the cross. So I replicate that scene in my dream, and I put that girl on the cross, and I was like enjoying nailing her on the cross. and and after that day, like it was so like to me, I was actually enjoying it in my dream. Any girl that started bashing me publicly, I was enjoying, and they couldn't understand why. And then every night I was actually saying, you know what, I'm going to nail not that girl, no, the girl that bashed me for an hour out of nowhere. She became my version of Jesus, sacrificing for all the other women. So every time a woman bash me, I forgive her. You know what? Don't worry about it. We're gonna deal with her tonight. Every bro.
And you know what? That's not even dark to me.
I shall deal with you
Ow,
tonight.
oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh,
And
it's
but
getting
Leave
worse.
us.
Okay, you gonna pop
but
my
that's
head.
what I'm saying. It was a beautiful power that I was using, to see the things that I wanted to see, and then sometimes I would use it to spend some times with Ali Berry. But it switched very quickly on only serving like righteousness in a way, and then
Well, how
at some
can I ask you a
at some,
question?
yeah, go ahead,
How was Miss Berry, brother? How was it?
bro. Bro, let's just say when that movie James Bond came out, bro, whoo,
Praise
that
God.
that 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 scene out of that was way later, but that scene out of the water, man, I replayed
Sport,
that.
that was swordfish.
Ye- No, no, no.
That was
Honestly,
swordfish. Yeah, I
my
remember that. That was swordfish.
no, 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 no. Remember the James Bond with Pierce Brosnan? Pierce Brosnan and Ali Berry. She was coming out of the water, and
Yeah, bro. Hold on. I'm about to pull this.
bro,
You got to get
trust
that.
me when I say this. I know that scene very well, my
Hold
man.
on.
I replayed that many, many times. But yeah, any movie that you
Die
see
Another
Ali
Day.
Berry,
Is that the movie?
what?
Yeah, that's her coming out of the water and Die Another Day. It's a
Oh
James
yeah,
Bond movie.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh shit.
bro,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
my man. Oh, that scene, bro, right there. Let's
yeah.
just say what happens in the water stays in the water, my man.
No, it didn't stay. It didn't stay in the water.
This motherfucker done had a dream. He done turned Holly Berry into a mermaid. Goddamn it. Hit it. He done hit a mermaid in his sleep.
Yo, she swim high, bro. But yo, yeah, but yeah, that's how it was. But I got to a point where so many people were abusing me, and then I was taking so much revenge. Then it wasn't fun anymore. Like I wasn't even having fun. So I'm like, how do I make it more fun? And then that's when I'm like,
You know
that's
what?
when it went dark.
You could cure. You could cancel the whole entire red pill community if you teach all men to do this. Hey man, you want to hit it? God damn it, I'm gonna teach you how to hit it.
But I don't think anyone can. I don't think many people can. I think it's something that you're born with.
True.
My brother
Yeah,
cannot
sell
do
the
it.
course, brother. Hey, listen, that woman you hollered at the mall, she dished you, but you can have her later on this evening
Yeah.
for 1995. God damn it.
But wait, there's more.
But
Stop
wait,
it,
there's
bro.
more.
Got a whole boyfriend and everything.
Holly Berry. So let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
JC.
But
Did you ravage? Did
to
you
close
ravage
back, all
Charlize
that.
Theron yet?
Oh, wait. All that to say, I'll get to that. But actually, no, I didn't even had any dreams about her. I
Mm.
didn't had any dream about her. I had dream about a lot about how do you call her again? Britney Spears. Yeah, Britney Spears. I had a lot about Britney Spears. But anyway, yo, what Pink? I like Pink, Nelly
Hey,
Furtado. All these women's. Yo, there was like
Man,
Unbreak My Heart. What's her name? Unbreak
Tony
Tony
My
Braxton.
Heart.
Braxton.
Yeah, yeah. And then there is also that girl with Aaliyah. Oh man,
Oh man, yeah.
Aaliyah got it, my man.
Come
I don't,
on, man. Did you tear it up?
bro. Aaliyah, man.
Oh
When,
my
let's just
god.
let's just say when she died, I cried, bro. I cried.
The mom
A
cried.
lot of people did. A lot
Yeah.
of
Oh,
people did.
but I knew we were on a different level. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
You
yeah,
cried. You cried out of more than just your eyes.
yeah. But
They
all that,
see it
I'm not
happened
going to go.
in the astroplane, bro. Come
Yeah,
on,
but
man.
I'm not gonna go too deep on the dream part. All to say, like, it started with the nail on the cross, and then it got to a version of, I would say, black JC, like Hitler JC,
Mm,
where it got to a point where I was burning cities, man, burning cities of just one type of person. I'll just leave it at that. And the first time I was able to control my five senses in a dream that I was able to do, I was dressed all in black, looking at a mountain, and looking down was a city that I burned, and I was smelling flesh, bro, and I smelled like a bunch of things. And yo, I it gave when I that day was the day that I actually started walking back and realized who I was becoming, and I'm like, yo, I'm turning evil, man. I'm like, I was too dark, like I was too deep, and
mm,
I started walking back because I'm like, man, this is literally a devil walking amongst people, and I mean, to me, and that's where fathers are strong, man. Fathers are needed in community. You know what kept me like safe, kept me safe the entire time was
Mhm.
my dad, bro. Because at some point I saw myself doing that in real life, and then the
Oh,
only
okay.
thing that I was worried about, I even saw it in my dream, that on the news, when I saw that I burned this, there was a news article that said my name, and it said this is what this guy did, and I didn't like how it sounded because it tarnished my family name.
Mhm.
And from that day I was like, no, I can't go this route. I have to, whatever it is, I have to make sure not to go that bad. That's one of the reason I never drank anything until I was the age of 24,
Mhm.
because I was keeping all this inside me and I wanted to keep it in control by any mean. Like, I didn't want to be drunk one day and then next thing you know I started acting weird. Like, I made sure, man. But that's how it was for me, man. My RP moment, I guess I took some relief in my dreams, but at the same time, it helped me become a better person too. But if I didn't have my dad there to be that pole that I wouldn't want to cross, I don't know what would happen, man. But he never talked to me about any of that. I don't think he even knew. But because of his presence in my life and what he was instilling in me, and the proud, like how proud he was with his last name, for me, seeing that as, oh, whatever I do is going to stain him, that hurt me. And I was like, nah, he doesn't deserve that. And that's why fathers are important, man. Like, imagine my mom was like a single mom. I had no father. I don't know who. I would have no sense of what pride in your family name looks like, man.
Yeah, I
mm,
mean, and yeah, that's what pretty much society. All of that is criminality is bred out of absentee fathers, of course. Yeah,
mm.
Yeah,
of
Hey,
course.
have y'all ever heard of, you just said something about the five senses. Have
yeah.
you ever heard that at one time we had 365 senses?
What?
Hmm. Yeah.
Never
That
heard that.
we slowly over the years, over the decades have lost.
How do you get 365 senses?
And sometimes, man, I think that when you really dreaming and when you really enter the dream world, you're using actually more of your
Some
brain
of
than you
them,
are your
yeah.
physical.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Because of the
moment of
things
diva
that
is
you do
here.
in your dreams. Like I've flown in my dreams before.
Yeah, me too, man.
I've jumped from I've been running for some shit and I just jump and just fly, goddamn it, and just
Mo-
go and be
Moments of
and,
diva
and,
is here.
and sometimes I'll be in the dream and I'll be like,
Hmm.
I gotta do that again. And I try to do it again, I can't get it again. Right. So
Yo,
like,
I
God,
know,
how the
man.
fuck did I do that?
Yeah, I know.
I'll be right in the
I,
same dream, be like, hold on, let me okay, I'm gonna try to go this far this time. And then it don't work. Like maybe I'm concentrating too much or something. Yeah.
After 9/11, I had a dream that I was falling in a down a building with all my five senses.
Hmm.
It's crazy, man. After that dream, I had like a huge, Like I was so afraid of heights. Like I had one dream, and after that dream, I was like I had a constant of like fear of height. Still to this day.
Yeah.
This is
I
how
don't
like
have a heights because
deep
I've
my sense
fallen
were.
from tall structures and things in my sleep and have hit the ground. But
Sheesh.
I've had plenty of dreams where all my five senses were there. I know how snakes feel crawling all over your body.
Oh
I
man,
know it
bro.
feels to be bitten by a snake. I know how it
But
feels to be slapped and touched. All of that stuff. Your five senses to hear it. You can hear them hissing and stuff like that. It's
yeah,
when you seeing them.
vibrating too.
Yes, and I
Yo,
felt that
I
all
have
up into my neck and just
oof.
crawling all over me. It's just
Yo, I have two questions.
mm.
First, you Getty. Are you afraid of snake in real life? And were you afraid of them before the dream started?
Hell yeah, I'm afraid of snakes in real life.
No, before the dream started.
No, look, when I was a kid, man, I was so brave. I look back on my childhood, man. We used to chase snakes
All kind of stuff.
and grab them motherfuckers and throw them in a bucket real quick. Grab that motherfucker by the head and throw it in the bucket real quick. Goddamn, must close the bucket and then that's your pet now.
No, no, here's the difference between
I
me and
used to
you.
live in the wilderness, even though I'm from the projects, but in the
Yeah.
South, so
Yeah, the
right
woods
close to
pet.
all projects, you're gonna have a wooded area. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So,
mm,
so we used to always be in the woods when I was a kid. We used to catch turtles, snakes, rabbits, crayfish. You'd be in the creek drinking water out the creek. You can't do that now, but back in the
oh,
70s and in the early 80s, yeah, you can drink the water out
yeah.
the creek and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Is it because it's against the law now, or because the water got worse over time?
it's contaminated now. I wouldn't encourage a kid to do it, but back when I was a kid, we used to drink creek water and all that stuff.
They probably
Uh,
dumping some stuff until it's all
Yeah, be
clean.
out there. You get thirsty. The water's running fresh and clean. The water's just constantly running. So you just
Rock.
you drink some of this creek water real quick.
mm,
But I used to live in the woods, man, when I was a kid. Even though we didn't have like forest, but right next to the ghetto was like always in the South. It's always a wooded area somewhere where you got wood,
Okay.
you got creeks and a little pond, maybe a little lake or something somewhere,
mhm.
and all nature was there. So I stayed in nature when I was a kid. So I wasn't afraid of snakes, man. It used to be bamboo forest when I was a kid around, right?
Yeah.
And black racers used to love being in bamboo forests. We used to go into bamboo forest just to look for black racer snakes,
Hmm,
right?
You know what?
And they were black. I don't know if they were copperheads, but we called them black racers because they were real fast.
mm.
So when they see you, they'd be sitting there like, they got one right there. We try to creep up on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We trying to catch the snake, bro. And
Yo,
that motherfucker dart off, like be gone.
yo.
So as a kid, I never caught a black racer, but I was never afraid of nature. But
Hmm,
now, after what I've seen
hmm.
in my sleep, like man, you can't come around me with no snakes, bro. No.
Hey, hey, Devo, how you doing?
Diva, I'm sorry. South African queen. I'm sorry. Hello,
It's
all the way
clean.
hailing from South goddamn Africa by way of my dream. How you doing, Diva?
I'm good. I'm good. It's fine. Good morning from here, JC. Girl
Yeah.
before the billions, and of course, Kitty Kitty.
Before the bills kept me on top of me. I appreciate it before the bills got that was rude of me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. I was trying to
I
chime
do
in too.
apologize.
I was trying to chime her too. I don't think she heard me. I was like, "Hey, moment of diva is here."
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Diva. God damn it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's fine. I know when you guys get into it, there's no way I'm stopping you.
yeah. Hey, do you have any dreams like this?
Yeah, what you got? What you got? You from the motherland, god damn it. You done seen King Tut some shit?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I thought my dreams, I thought my dreams were crazy, but listening to JC, like, no, I can't even compare. But yeah, I do have dreams.
You never dream of tigers and lions?
Yeah.
No,
What's them goddamn African dreams hitting like?
no, no. I don't
You
dream
see
of
like
that.
Ogun and Shango?
I've never dreamt of that.
Lord
But
have
I do have dreams. I used to when I was still a bit young. my dreams are full of like sleep paralysis most times.
Mm.
Mm.
And
You too, huh?
yeah, yeah. And then sometimes I dream about stuff like talking to God in my sleep. I dream about that a lot. Yeah. And I remember when my dad died. My dad passed, I think my dad passed 2020, right?
Mm.
But a week before my dad passed, because I'm in South Africa, right? And
Mhm.
I have my people back in Nigeria. It's just me and my brother here, but every other person is in Nigeria. So a week before my dad passed, I dreamt that I was actually talking. I wasn't actually talking to God. I dreamt that I was looking up, like I was looking into the heavens, and God was pointing at me. Like I actually saw him. He was pointing directly at me, and he was talking to the guys beside him, like the angels, and then he was pointing at me. I didn't know what that was about, but I woke up and then I called my mom because I usually just talk to my mom every time I dream. And then I called my mom and I told her about the dream. And there's something my mom usually says. She usually tells me that when I dream, like when I dream and it's a bad dream, that it's usually because the battle has been conquered. Right? That's what she believes. So it's like when you have a bad dream, it's um like they've tried so hard to hurt you in the physical realm, like in the real life,
Mm.
but they couldn't get you through that means, and the best way they could come at you was in your dream to make you feel
Mhm.
like it was still coming for you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so she
Yo.
usually says that. That's what she always says, like every time you have. So most times when I have bad dreams, I know it's bad while I'm in the dream, like it's going to seem like everything is lost and maybe I'm dying in the dream and stuff like that. But as soon as I wake up, the dreams leave me, because then I just remember what my mom usually says, that
Mm.
dreams, when you have bad dreams, it's as a result of a conquered battle. Like they've tried everything, just like I said, to get at you. And then because they couldn't, they felt like the best way they could come at you was maybe appearing to you in your dream, trying to make you feel like it's actually real, it's actually happening. So most times when I just dream and they are bad, I usually don't think twice. I usually don't double down on them. I just wake up and pray about them, because I've been brought up to believe that thing my mom usually says. So when I had that dream, like a week before my dad, that of course that wasn't a bad dream and all those things, but I still kind of related it into something that I knew was going to happen, but I didn't know what was going to happen. So when I told my mom about the dream, and then um my mom told me that when I told her that I saw him pointing towards me and talking to his angels, like he was pointing at me, looking sideways and talking to his angels. When I told my mom that dream, what my mom told me was that it was actually trying to tell me that something is coming, that but I should be strong. We didn't know my dad was gonna pass. As at that time, it was very much LD, like there was nothing going on. Although my dad had stroke since I think that was 2005, and it still lived, like it still lived. It was still like, I feel like I've never heard of someone that had stroke 2005. Like it was a killing, it was a destructive kind of stroke, and it still lived up until 2020. It was good,
Mm.
like it was limping and all that. But so as at that time when I had that dream, yes, it was fine. We were talking, we were cool, we were. So when my mom interpreted the dream and said God was just trying to say that something is coming, that but I should be strong, that she don't know what that thing is, that but that's her interpretation of the dream and all that. So it's like, okay, that's fine. And definitely when my mom told me that, I was expecting something big, like I was suddenly going to be a millionaire.
On
Like,
YouTube, thousand
yeah,
million
So one
I
views,
was.
thing, did
What did
something
you
come?
say?
million views
Did
on
something
YouTube.
come?
Exactly, JC. I was hoping for, like I was going to eat it big. So even throughout that week, I was like, I was always happy. I was always bouncing up because I felt like something big was really coming. And
Let,
then
let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever had the dream where you got like a bunch of money under your bed,
Under my bed,
and you
no.
wake up in the
Bunch of
morning
money?
and you jump down, look up under your bed, ain't shit there?
Not me.
No, no, I've never had that
No.
dream, but I've
Oh my god, I had that dream plenty of times. I wake up and it
yeah,
got like
yeah,
I got a
but I've
bunch of money.
yeah, but I've had dreams of celebrities, like my celebrity crushes signing a deal with me. I've had those kind of dreams. Like
What kind of
because
deal,
I'm a
Diva? What kind
like
of
I'm a
deal you
big
signing with this motherfucker, Diva? Come on now.
but like I've had dreams of Ciara. Like you know Ciara, right?
Oh, I know, Sarah.
Okay, yeah. Ciara is not even like she's like my top favorite person. So I had
Okay,
dreams
that's
that
what's up.
yeah, yeah. So I had dreams that because Ciara came to Lagos one time and she was
Hmm.
dancing, she was she was grooving to Nigerian music on the streets with some of our Nigerian artists. And I had
Hmm.
dreamed that I made it to the concert and then I saw her and then we talked and I told her how I've been crushing up on her. And then we signed a deal like, okay, I was going to be fronting for her in Nigeria. Like I was going to be promoting her stuffs in Nigeria. And then she brought me down to our place and then I met Issa Rae. Yeah. And then I met Issa Rae. So we started talking and that was how I blew up. I had that gym. Yeah. I think Ciara is literally one of the only artists that I dream of frequently because of course she's my favorite person. Yeah, I've had
Okay.
that dream.
Did you learn how to twerk? Did you ever learn how to twerk watching her?
I
I'm
did it.
joking.
I wish I did.
I'm joking with you. Africa is the home of twerk. You know how to twerk, goddamn it.
Oh man,
You
yes.
ever
I've
see?
seen
Did
those
you ever see
videos
children
all the
with
way to
people in
Haiti.
villages in Africa dancing? That's all
Hmm.
what the niggas do over here.
Yo, they
Period.
got the
Mhm.
thickest booty, man.
Yes, yes, yeah. It's
Ooh.
all natural. It's all natural. So I ain't
Oh,
gotta. I
Yeah.
was just joking with you. I know you know how to get it popping. You did. But yes,
yeah. Yo, I had a question for you. By the way, I want a quick comment for you, Geddy, and then I have another question for PDB.
go ahead.
But you see the difference between me and you and with the dreams of snakes?
Yeah.
I was always afraid of snakes. So
Mm,
ever since I was a baby, ever since like I was a kid, and then the first time that I was conscious that I saw a snake in real time, like
mm,
sometimes snakes when they're a kid, when they're small, they look black. so
yeah.
I saw this black snake in our home. It was chasing behind my mom, and we were like, my mom was crying, and then we were like coming to help her, and then I saw the snake. I froze, bro. I froze, and I had a lot of deja vu's, but I didn't even know they were deja vu's back then. I just froze, and then so my dad killed it, and then apparently my dad told me not only we should kill it, but we should cut the snake and burn it in four corners of the house. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? The snake is dead. Why do all that? So I mean, he asked someone to do it, and then the guy did it, and I was watching what's going on, and then you put the snake body in the fire, and the snake body, like half of the body, was trying to slither its way out of the fire, and I was like, "Holy cow!" But the minute that happened, I had a huge pain on my neck, and it was the same place where, after like years later, I had like that nightmare from Marilyn Monroe in white, Marilyn Manson, sorry, in white, biting me on the same side of my neck.
Mm,
So I was always afraid, right? Now, I
mhm.
told you, I don't know if I told you that already, but last year I met this woman in Montreal who claimed that she can study your past life. And then I did a session with her. I didn't tell her anything about what I've seen, what I've my history. I didn't tell her anything at all.
This isn't the numerology chick, right? Somebody
No, no,
else.
no. This is not a numerology chick. This is someone else. Like someone else who I don't know how our power works, man. But man, she got it, man. She there is something going on there, that's for sure. And then, but yo, she made me sleep for an hour, and then she was doing a bunch of things, and then later she's like, "All right, this is what's going on. This is what I saw in your past life." She told me I was the right man of a general, of an emperor in Japan. And then apparently there was a coup d'état, and then they put a snake in my armor, and when I put the armor on me, the snake bite me in that neck. And I asked her to touch me exactly where she saw the snake bite me, and it was, I bet you not, the same place. I had
Mhm.
that feeling. I had that nightmare. It was the same place that I had that pain when I was a kid. So, so I don't know. I don't know, but seems that I carry part of that memory in this
Mhm.
lifetime, and that's why I was always afraid of snakes.
Hey
So,
guys,
how long
can I
ago
tell
was
you
this?
something? Getty?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead go ahead, BTB.
Now this
Hold on
is
one second. Hold on
unrelated
one second.
to.
Let me shout out the chat. Wally, what's good, good brother? Thank you for
Salute to
being here,
Wally.
Wally. But go ahead, BTB.
Yeah, so I just want to see if I can tell you guys this is another thought that's reoccurring in my head. I dreamt of it one day and then it never has left, even in my adulthood. Is that for some reason I used to watch scary movies, and um, with that I would always be like one of the scariest things to me is like things that are religious, things related to like ghosts mostly. And I keep thinking about like a figure that is a white figure and is standing outside of my like window. So like what is like if I check out the window, it's gonna be like down on the grass. It's just staring right at me. And whenever I think of this figure just staring at me, it's like okay, if I leave from the window, then it's gonna walk inside my house and get me, right? And that is just something that has always I've always thought of, even to this day. And I wish I could show you guys like what it would look like. Let me see.
But let me ask you this: what
Mhm.
if you had that in real life, not in a dream, in real life?
If it had that in real life,
Yeah,
Mhm.
then I would probably be scared, just like I would be in my sleep.
yeah, yo, that happened to me in real life.
What?
Oh,
I told you that. I told you that last time.
Yeah.
The time that
Please
I
elaborate. Please,
the time,
please speak it in the wormhole. Did we talk about it here, brother?
maybe not, maybe not. Yo, I was doing a peanut butter and jelly, bro. That was my thing when I was 7 years old. Actually, that was my thing throughout my whole childhood. Peanut butter and jelly and lemonade juice. That I would squeeze the lemon, put the water, put the sugar, and then peanut butter. And then what I would love to do is take a piece of that bread, dip it in the lemonade juice, and suck the juice out of the bread and the peanut butter. Right? That's what I live for. I was doing that, singing, like thinking about my food. No one was here. No one except me in the kitchen. And then I was studying in my room, and I left my room to go do my prepare my food because I was hungry. But I turned off my light, I turned off the light in my study room. So I'm singing, preparing my lemon, etc. And then I'm looking at my room. I saw this light. I saw this white light coming out of my study room. And I'm like, what the fuck? I turned the light off first. Second, the light that we have here is not a white light. It's kind of like those light bulb color light, a little bit yellowish. So that's what it's supposed to be, not like super super bright white. And then it wasn't actually coming from the top down. It's kind of like it was coming from like a wall and then all the way pushing out of the room. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but we do have those neon lights in our house. So I thought it was maybe some neon light that I didn't know was there that fell, and because it fell and it was like kind of like vertical, aiming towards the door, maybe that's why I saw it. So I'm like, let me go check it out, right? So I put my bread, I put my juice on the table, and I'm walking, and I'm walking to see what's going on. And as soon as I walk in the room, I saw this white figure. It was like a I can see through it, but very little. There was a bright light coming out of this figure, almost blinding me. Actually, the first time I saw it, it was blinding me, and then it's kind of like the light dim a little bit, and then I saw this figure. But the way it looked like a little girl who had like a princess dress, and then it was floating. But because it was floating, it was the height of an adult.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, holy shit. I was super scared. I ran to my mom. I thought it was a ghost. So I told my mom, this is a ghost. I just saw a ghost. I just saw a ghost in my study room. And I went there. There was no light. There was like everything was good. Nothing was there. And I thought people was gonna talk. I thought I was crazy, but my mom surprisingly did not. My mom was asking me more questions. She was like, "What did you see? How did it look like?" And then my mom was like, "Oh, maybe it's your angel, guardian angel." Because at first, because it was smiling at me, it was smiling at me very little, but I didn't. I was too scared to even like process what was happening. But then my mom was like, "Yeah, you know what? It's not really a ghost. It's your guardian angel." And I'm like, okay, but I think my mom was saying that just to make me feel good, make not so that I wouldn't be scared. So because I did that, it did work. I did feel better at it about it. But to be honest with you, now I've been thinking about it, and I think she might be onto something. But yeah, that was it for me, man. Before the billion, I saw it in real life, and it wasn't a dream. Like it was not a dream. It was clean, like shiny, floating prince, like girl in a dress, like white dress. I don't know how to explain that, but ever since that day, man, I was like, all right, I gotta understand what's happening here. No one could explain it to me. I couldn't find my answers in Bible. I couldn't find my answers anywhere, and then that's how I got into the wormhole.
Do you think that do you know why it would be like a little girl?
I had no idea, but I was doing more research into the kind of because my path took me more in the angelic realm, understanding the order of angels and all that, the angels, archangel, and all that. And then apparently, I did found a book that tells you, depending on when you are born, which angel is supposed to supervising you and all that. And then turns out my guardian angel, for lack of a better word, is a girl, and I guess she was coming in a form that I would recognize because my neighbor, my neighbor was the only French girl that was like in 10 miles radius. And then I was kind of like in love with this girl. So, and I was always playing like mom and dad with this girl all the time. So she had a lot of features like this girl, like long hair, pointy nose, dressing, but not exactly her, but a lot look kind of like a sister or a cousin or something. So that's the face that I recognize. So I don't know. I think it could have been an angel that took a face that I would recognize or feel not threatening about it. But that's the first and last time I've ever seen something like that. And now I don't see angels anymore. I just see angelic numbers, which is how what got me to numerology in the first place. But that's another story.
So angelic numbers, is that like the repeating numbers?
Yep. Like for example, today I did see 9/11 and I saw 11/11. So yep.
Wait, why would 9/11 be a angel number?
It means new beginning in a angelic world.
How ironic.
Yeah, exactly. It's as if that they knew that, and then they're kind of like, anyway, we're in the wormhole. So it's as if that they knew that, and they're
Yeah.
leveraging those forces above us to replicate that below us, right? As above,
Mhm.
so below.
Mm. So yeah, yeah, that's deep. So are you saying that those angelic numbers 911, right? So who put it into our brains or into the system that 911 is the call for emergencies? That's the thing.
Well, it's the same thing that why they would change the calendar, right? It's the same change why they would remove a month and not have 13 months instead of and 12. It's the same thing. It's just like
They
to
added them first, right?
yeah, but it's just to
It was
say it's
10, it
just
was
to say
10
that
at first, and
to
they added
hide the
two.
true meaning of it.
Yeah.
But then I find it interesting though. Like whatever happened in like 9/11, right? And then we know it as 9/11, and that we know for sure change our world. I just can't wait what's going to happen in about 11 days from now. I just can't wait because whatever's happening, there might be something happening that day.
Wow, because we got the beginning of the year, the new year, the real new year.
2022.
Uh, okay, yeah, I forgot you into the numbers like that. You know, that'll be very interesting.
Yo, this is the first number I've seen numerologists, astrologists, like so many people are converging into that same number. They're like,
Hmm.
What's
man,
supposed to
there's
happen on that day?
I have no idea. No one knows if it's going to be positive or negative, but based on the sentiment that most people are having, it is going to be out of the ordinary, and it's most likely going to be an extreme in one or the other. I have no idea which
You
direction.
remember like you remember last year when they were talking about all black people were supposed to get superpowers?
What?
You remember that? They
No,
said that whole thing on Twitter.
I have no. I don't remember that.
That
No.
was damn, I can't remember the name of it, but yes, yeah, yeah, that was some bullshit.
Wait, get it? You didn't get your superpowers?
Yeah, nah, you know, superpower. That was something like some phenomenon that was supposed to happen in the celestial stars and stuff like that,
What?
where people translated that for to black people getting superpowers.
But
Now,
I don't
I
know if
remember.
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. But yo, last year, March 26th, yo, there was some scary stuff happening in the sky, bro. Not sky, but in the celestials. And
Mhm.
there is some guy I follow that break it down. Like it just tells you how
And I think
synchronicity works.
that's what that was about. That's what that was about.
But yo, that same day, I know many people. They're it's kind of like emotional wise. You were on an extreme. Me and my fight and my wife, we had the biggest fight we ever had in our life that day. Like I know many guys, many people. Like some people, one guy I know, he pulled a gun on someone else for the first time in his life. Like
Mhm.
that day was weird. There's so many things was happening, and I think we might have another day like that on the 2022. It's just things are happening. So I don't know. But going back to that question you
But
asked
yeah,
earlier,
it says here, according to a viral tongue in cheek tweet, people of African descent were supposed to receive special powers on December 21st, the night the planets Jupiter and Saturn lined up in a rare astronomical event.
bro, that's some bullshit, bro.
Some
But
bullshit.
but hey, I got my powers since I was a kid, man. I could dream things. I could dream about Halle
Yeah,
Berry and be in the
yeah,
movie with her.
yeah. So it was astronomical.
Yeah.
Celestial.
Yo, BDB, you know a dream I always recreate? Being
What?
being Professor Xavier, but being able to walk.
Yeah, I'm sure that Professor Xavier could make himself walk.
He walked in one of them movies.
Yeah. No, but I would replicate that in my movie, and then I would have the same superpowers. Yo, it was crazy. It was great. I would go to school, like, man, just freeze everyone. Oh man, it was so fun, man.
I don't know what I would do if I had them kind of
Oh, I know exactly what I would do because I've done it, my man.
powers. He gonna take Sierra from Russell Westbrook. That's from Russell Wilson. That's what he gonna do. Goddamn it.
Ah, bro.
He gonna slide right through there and snatch her right on up. Be like, peace out, player.
Man. But yo,
Um,
it's a yeah, what's up?
no, no, no. When you're done.
Go ahead.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
Dave, I have
dude.
a question for you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that as well because when I came, I heard you talking about it. That was what I was going to ask you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Before the billions, got a question for you, Diva.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I was about to ask him about it as well. So yeah, what's the question?
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you a question about how much it costs for a house in South Africa.
Lagos.
Not Lagos, South Africa.
Yes, Lagos.
Okay.
Isn't Lagos in Nigeria?
Yeah, I was asking about
Yeah,
South Africa though, since
that's
she's in South
Okay,
Nigeria.
Africa.
go ahead.
Lagos sounds
South
like
Yeah.
a
Africa. That's
So
old
good.
city, man.
it actually depends on the area that you're at, but I'm in Johannesburg. That's where I stay. So here we actually pay per month, right? And it's like for the house rent alone, we pay 9,000 rand, and 9,000 rand in US dollars. That's let me see my app. 9,000 rand. That's 590 US dollars. That's like 590.
A month?
Oh, yeah, a month.
Yeah, a
It's not too
month.
bad. But
Oh
let me
shit.
ask you
I'm
this.
way
To
out
buy a house, right? To buy a house, would you say it's like 250 US dollars?
To buy a house in South Africa or Nigeria?
And
Well,
In both. Okay, in South Africa, the last time I still spoke about a friend yesterday about buying, but I don't know about house. But what I do know about a flat. Okay, I've been seeing houses for like 3 million rand, right? And
Mhm.
3 million rand is 3 million rand is 196,000 US dollars.
hmm
How
That's
big of
like
a house is that?
what?
How big of a house is that? What's the size?
The size of the house. uh,
is it like 2 bedroom, three bedroom?
That motherfucker might be 5 bedroom. Goddamn it, 3 car garage. Shit.
wait. But actually, I don't know about that. But all I do know is my brother lives in a 5 bed house and is paying 40,000 rand a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's paying 40,000 rand a month
Hmm.
for a 5 bed house,
Hmm.
that's 5 bed house is like 2.7 US dollars. That's 2,700 US dollars.
A month.
Yeah, a month. So
Okay.
if it's paying that a month, then I think it's safe to say that it's going
That's
to
a
be
nice
like
house.
what?
It
Twenty
sounds like
seven hundred dollars a month.
Yeah, I'm saying it's safe to say that it's going to be like I don't know, but 2,700 a month though.
mm,
That's what he pays.
That's a pretty
Yeah,
decent house, and it's in a decent
definitely.
neighborhood, a decent area.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's steep. That's steep even for America. $2,700 a month. You got a
Yeah.
big ass house here.
Uh,
oh yeah,
I used to.
that's true.
Absolutely. $2,700 a month. Yeah, you got a nice house.
yep.
Mhm.
Yo,
Yeah, a
Toronto boy,
decent house over here is like closer to like 1,500.
in Toronto,
Exactly.
in Toronto
Imagine
you have a
27. You
condo.
got a pool and every 2,700. You got a pool.
Nah, man.
You
In
got some
You got
Toronto you
land.
smart
have a
neighbors.
You got jacuzzi.
That's
You're
a
right
Yeah.
next
proper
to a
condo
doctor.
in Toronto.
Hmm. But if you want to rent, because most people here, what they do is, most people here, like I'm living in a complex, right? So
Mm.
in a block, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have like eight flats. We call them units here. So it's like 8 units in a block. So most people here, they just buy the flats and then they rent it out. So like
Mm,
every so like every all the houses, like all the units in my complex, they have different landlords, right?
mhm,
Yeah, that's what most people do. So they just buy the flats and then they start renting it out. So
Hmm.
like my landlord can definitely have up to like 6, 7 units in the same complex. It doesn't matter. The thing is they buy the flats and then they rent them out. Because my landlord is currently living in the UK,
Mhm.
right?
mhm,
Yeah, so
mm.
they just buy houses. That's what most of them do. They buy the flats and then they let them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
You had a question for BTB?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no, no. Because when I was at the back before I came up, I heard him talking about the comments I made on the post. So I just wanted to ask him because I know he said he wanted to ask me something. So that was what I wanted to ask him. But yes, that's what we just talked about now.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Oh yeah, because I had read her comment on is $100,000 a lot of money? What do you
Yeah.
guys think about that? I've been making videos on $100,000
I told you.
recently, and I want to see what you guys think.
I told you it's not that much. I've made it last year for the first time in my life, and when I made it, when it actually happened, I didn't even realize it. I really
Mhm.
had to like go back on my stuff, and I'm like, holy shit, I did make 100K this year,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, but it's like because you don't even feel it, man. The bills goes up with it. It's like I got started new projects, and I started my business on the side. Like it's like I hire someone to work on my business. I don't even see the money, man.
So
It's just
JC,
status symbol at this point.
if I were to give you $100,000 without having to work for it, would you be like, oh wow, that's a lot of money?
I wouldn't say that's a lot of money, but I know what to do with it.
You wouldn't even say that's a lot of money.
I know what I would invest it fast as possible. But I would actually, you know what I would do? I would put it in a bank and I would ask the bank to give me 1 million.
Dang, JC, you wouldn't even say thank you.
No,
He was like, "Oh, here you go,
yeah,
tax free $100,000."
no. Me,
I would have take it.
as soon as you said that, I'm like, I'm gonna put it to work, man, because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for capital so I can put it to work and go get stuff like very fast. But I mean, if from that perspective, yeah, if you have $100,000 cash, that is a lot of money. Most people don't have that. But when you go to work and you make 100,000 in a year, it's not the same as having 100,000 cash in your. That's two different world, man.
Yeah, that's the thing is that I think we're thinking when I say $100,000, I'm thinking that you're adding in that time value for in a year. I'm not talking about like what you make in the salary. I'm just saying like if you had $100,000 on the table right now, would you be able to eat on the table?
Eat?
You probably would be stacking your plate on because it would take up the whole table. Like you would have a
100,000?
whole
No, bro.
$100,000, you would take up like if you had it in cash
No. If
and you
you
try
had
to
hundred
lay it out
thousand
on the
dollar in
table.
cash, if you had $100,000 in cash, you would fit in a suit. Like you know those this metal normal suit that you can carry in your hands.
Like a
Mm.
suitcase?
Yeah, not even a suitcase. Like you know those black, those metal looking box suits. Not a suit. It's just like I don't know how to. I can show you a picture later if you want. But yeah,
Okay.
you would fit easily there. Like 100,000, like even 1 million fits in those small bags. So imagine 100,000, man. Like you- I
A
don't
meal
know.
ain't fitting in no small bag.
Not a small bag, but a gym bag. You can fit
You
a
need a
million
big
dollars in
ass
there.
bag for a meal, maybe a couple.
Like yo,
Man, you,
you know those gym bags. You can fit $1 million in those gym bags.
What kind of jean bag?
You know, like basketball
like
gym bag.
the duffel
No,
bag.
no, you're not fitting a million in there. You're gonna
Bro,
need
heavy
you need
bag.
one of those really big bags. Look, you ever seen Floyd Mayweather walking around with $1 million? He ain't got no duffel bag, bro. He got big giant fucking bags, two of them. Cause
That's
Floyd
what that gym
Mayweather,
bag.
he used to walk
That,
around with $1 million cash, and that
yo,
shit won't in no duffel, bro.
minus what
They
it
get the
looks
million
like.
in there.
That's what my basketball bags is. My basketball is that big.
Yeah,
So
big motherfuckers.
yeah,
Couple of big motherfuckers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Getty, what do you think, man? Do you think hundred
that's
thousand dollars is a lot of money? Like, if you just had it right there in front of you,
yeah.
would that be a lot of money to you?
For where I am, yes. I'm in North Carolina. So
I mean,
um
like, just like to you, would you be like, dang, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Not even like thinking about like salary or where you are in your region or whatever.
hell
Just
yeah.
yeah, like some like or how about this? If somebody like if you had to pay $100,000, you probably be like, man, let me get on a
Right.
payment plan.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. No, that's a different
If
question.
I would have got $100,000 here where I am, and also with the way that I live, if you throw $100,000 on top of me with what I got going on today, that's a lot of money. And especially here where I am in the nation, in the country, in North Carolina, here today, $100,000, that's a lot of fucking money, bro. You can go get you some land, a nice plot of land for not even 100 grand, 20,000, 30,000,
What?
man. You can get you 4, 5 acres, 6 acres out here.
What?
Mm.
Absolutely. And then you can take another 30. If it's just you, another 30, get you a modular home built on there, man. You can have a whole house, everything paid for, your own plot of
30K?
land and everything here in North Carolina. Absolutely. That's a
Wait,
that's
wait,
a
wait,
lot of
wait.
money, bro.
Wait, wait, wait. You just said a land plus a house, basically that's 50K?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kinda like
Now
that over here too.
and now it's not gonna be a three bedroom, 4 bedroom house, 2 car garage. No.
No
I'm talking about,
way.
with the way that I live. Like my kids are grown. It's just me. Me, you give me 100 grand, I'm done. I'm
Oh, I
gonna
see
get me a
what you
plot
mean.
of land. I'm gonna go get me some land. I already know where to go. I can go get the land right now. I can get 4, 5 acres, $20,000, right?
Yeah.
And I can
So
get a
just like
modular
one
home
bedroom,
built on
just
that
like one
land.
bedroom, one kitchen, one bathroom, that's it, right?
Maybe 2 bedroom. Modular home, probably about 30, another 30, 40 grand, maybe 50. You can get you a nice modular home built on a foundation. You know what I'm
But yo,
saying?
you built all
Do you
that
want a
for
basement?
30K?
Huh?
You built all that for 30K?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yo, I find this hard to
Well,
believe,
you can
man.
get the land for the 20, 30,000. You get the land.
I get
You're gonna have
that.
to take a
I
little
see
more
how
than
it's
that to get the
possible.
house put on the land.
No, I see how the 20K for land is possible. I
Yeah.
just can wrap my mind. I think just on construction wood alone, you'll spend 30K.
Well,
No,
what if you have
that's a
like a whole
stick
bunch of
built home. We're
trees and
talking about a
stuff?
manufactured home. We're talking about a modular where they
Oh,
build it in a factory and they ship the pieces out to the property. They're not building it on a stick built home is built right on location. A
let me
modular
Google
is
that.
built somewhere else and they ship the pieces to the property. That's cheaper.
Modular home. Okay, let me go YouTube
Does
that
it
because
look
I've never.
uglier or something?
Hell no, they look just like regular houses. You wouldn't even know it's a modular unless somebody tell you.
Let me
Okay.
Google that, man, because I've never seen
Yeah,
that before.
modular home. Yeah. So
That's
they
crazy.
and you can go to them. They got plenty of them modular home businesses here because I'm in the South. There's a lot of rural areas here. That's what a lot of people do. They buy a plot of land
Yeah.
and they get them a modular home, man. Nice one. You get a 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom modular home, man. For
Yo, I'm doing it right now. You're right. They look
yeah,
clean.
yeah,
You know
just cheap
what?
as fuck, bro. And they real houses. They're not. No, it's not. It ain't no bullshit. It's just they build it in a factory
Huh.
and then they ship it out.
Crazy. So all you basically
Right.
have to build is the
Is the
foundation.
foundation. That's all you got to put. You got to put a foundation on it. And if you decide, a lot of people don't even do that. They put their modular home on
Some
cinder
rocky.
block if they don't want the foundation.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, see?
So they got deals where they'll dig the well and everything. You got your natural water coming to the house. You got your well water and everything, and all of that come with it. And depending on where you are, you ain't gonna have no water bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
mean,
you give me 100K, it wouldn't. I don't consider that a lot of money because honestly, man, my mindset right now is at least 10 million just so that I can feel comfortable.
I
And
got
then
you.
100 million to be like, that's a lot of money after 100 million. But with 100,000, I know exactly what to do with it, but I would go to the bank and get a million. And then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
invest all that million,
You'd
try to
invest,
multiply that to 10.
and you know what? And I probably would too. But I'm just saying, like, if you just give me 100 large,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, shit. I'm trying to figure out a way to chill as soon as possible. So
Mm.
you
No,
give me
I
100 grand
agree. I
cash right
agree.
now, I probably sell my house. I got a lot of equity. I sell this motherfucker and move to the country.
Yo, I'm actually,
You know
I'm
what,
good.
guys?
I'm,
So JC, you probably can understand this as well, and you too, getting is that I think when I think about like money as well, like think about it like like oh, you get the newest iPhone, right? And you see, okay, well, this is the iPhone with 216 gigabytes of memory
Mhm.
versus the one that's like 1 terabyte of memory. You'd be like,
Mhm.
okay, this is obviously more, but would you ever be able to actually use a full terabyte? You really
Maybe
just get it so
yes.
that way it moves faster.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe not for a cell phone, but for money. It's Hey, let me tell you the problem. It all depends on your vision, because with my vision, $10 billion is not enough. Like I'm
10 billion?
Yeah, because
Mm.
I have such of a big vision that with $10 billion, it's just not enough to achieve it. So if
Would
your
there?
vision
Mhm.
is simply, for example, retire and then like live normally, then yeah,
You said
10 million
10
is too much.
billion ain't enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm just trying to
You hear this
explain
figure?
that.
10 billion?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm
Jesus
serious.
I
Christ.
understand.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
wanna.
see it for you, JC.
Hmm?
I said I see it for you.
Yeah,
You give me a million.
what
You
I'm
give me a
trying
hundred
to.
thousand, I'm to the good. You give me $1 million, bro. I ain't working no more. I'm
But
done.
let me give you an example, right?
Mm.
The
I'm out.
Me personally, 3 billion is enough. But what I want to do is I want to create, think of it as a resort, right? You guys have like a Walt Disney Disney house or all around the country or something, or maybe
Yeah, well,
Universal
just in two
Studio.
places.
Yeah,
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 Disneyland and Disney World.
yeah. You also have like what, Universal Studios.
Yes,
Okay,
in
so
Florida.
imagine something like that I want to build in like five corners in Haiti. I want to build it like that, and I want it to be like an experience where anyone in the world can go and then they can relate with their culture, and then I assimilate that with Haiti. So if let's say someone from Japan or Asia goes there, then I mix Asian culture with Asian culture. If someone's from Latino countries goes on the south side of the country, then I mix Latino with Haiti food and etc. Right? And I have this idea, this vision in my head that I want to do of a bunch of experience for the purpose of kind of like rebuild the energy level of someone, because let's say you're stuck in a metaverse for too long, you want to take a break, you want to go to a resort to relax and then connect with nature and all that, and connect with people as well, and then you go to Haiti, and then that I own that, right? I own that
Mm.
business, and I want to build it, man. I want to build it. I want to like on top of that, I want to build a power plant. I want to build bunch of things that I want to build to make it happen. So I want to build an airport that they can land straight next to those places, so that they don't have to go to the traditional airport, like, so things like that, like you see what I'm saying, like
Mhm.
the more I'm adding, the more you see the money is like disappearing, because
Oh yeah, you need that money. Yeah, I see exactly what you mean now.
yeah,
If you have like if you really want to build up your country of Haiti, then yeah, I most definitely see, and that's a great that's a great idea. That you and then also that's very noble as well. That hey, you know what, you're not thinking about you know 10 billion just for yourself. You think about it because you want to improve the lives of other people.
yeah. For me, 3 billion is enough, right? Like with 3 billion, I can comfortably buy a yacht. I can comfortably buy two jets, and then I can fuel them for the rest of my life. Like that's what I want, right? Oh, by the way, I want at least 50 cars. So with 3 billions, I can cover that with some real estate here and there. I'm good. But
Mm.
the rest, the rest, yeah, I need way more than 10 billion for what I'm trying to achieve. But yeah, I want that. That's one of the things I think I saw that in talking about dreams. I saw that in a dream. Um,
Mm.
did I ever mention that in a wormhole, Getty? The dream that I saw of the future.
Get it? You still there?
It's probably not.
Yeah,
But
you can go ahead, man.
but
I
before
want to hear
before
it.
I before I mention it, I want to ask you, before the billion.
Mm.
You checked Naruto, right?
Wait, say that one more time.
You were you checked Naruto, right?
I don't know what you mean.
You know the anime Naruto on
Yeah, Naruto. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, I do.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
know.
you do you remember a scene where Itachi was doing something to what's that guy's name? The ninja with one eye, Kakashi.
Yes.
All right. So when I was talking earlier about how I can replicate my dreams, so that's exactly what I do. So what he was doing to Kakashi, that's exactly what I did. And
Talking about
remember,
the Genjutsu.
yeah, but no, it was not just a regular genjutsu. It was like going in a world where he was actually he had Kakashi on a cross. Like that was exact. When I saw that, I had chills, bro, because I'm like, yo, that's literally what I do every night. So
Hmm.
I just wanted to mention that. So if you wanted to have a visual of what I see in my head, that's like a perfect visual right there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
that the
Tasha Ocean
Genjutsu.
Groves, salute, salute. Tasha Ocean Groves. I don't think I shouted the sister out. Thanks for being here. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
shout
fellas.
out to Tasha.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
waiting
also
for you.
Gail.
Yeah.
You still there?
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah.
Then Tita knocked your ass out. She
Gail, I got a
was
question
cold.
for
Now
you.
she done warmed up, you know.
Mm-hmm. We're cozy now.
Nice and cozy.
So,
That's what I like, nice and cozy.
Gail, is $100,000 a lot of money?
It depends on it depends on where
So,
you
like, if you just had $100,000 right there in front of you,
are. Hmm.
would you be like, oh wow, that's a lot of money?
Yeah, I
Okay.
won't quit my job. I won't quit doing my.
Mm. But it would be nice, like somebody
Mm,
just
like
gave
that.
you $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody gave you, like let's say this, right? Is that you could probably ask somebody for $50, right? You know what I mean? Like I think that like a small amount of money was something that you can probably ask somebody who's, who's nice, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
$100, you can probably ask somebody to help you out with, and you pay them back or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But 100,000,
Nah.
Yeah, no
man,
one's gonna give you that,
man,
bro.
you know how much work it would take for you to get a hundred
Right.
thousand dollars, and then how long it would take for you to be able to accumulate that, and then
Mm-hmm.
also for you to be able to have that money all at once.
Oh,
It
we
would take
agree.
a Yeah, you know what I mean. Like yeah, I know JC, you were saying that you accumulated $100,000, last year, and you didn't even really realize it. But
Mhm.
when you think about it, like it was over time. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, you just had $100,000 and you can just take 6 months off from work.
No, I couldn't.
You know what I mean? Like if you that's like you could take off from work for like a good 6 months. You can be like, oh man, I can take my time. I don't have to work at this moment or something like that. You don't have to. You have at least 6 months, depending on your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's more so where I'm coming from with the $100,000, because I'm like it's just it just takes so much work to be able to accumulate that much.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like I said, because at first I thought you were saying you go to a job and you make 100,000. I'm like, okay, I get it. But if you're making like if you're saying $100,000 cash, yeah, it's to me it's still not a lot of money, but it's a huge difference between making 100,000 versus having 100,000 cash lying. Like
Mhm.
the gap is like world apart.
Yeah, it's like that time factor. That's the reason why people think that $100,000 isn't a lot, because if you just had it right now, instead of it being like, oh, you spread it out throughout all your expenses for a full year, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, yeah, of course, it's not going to be as much because if your expenses are high and
Mhm.
you're only getting a chunk of it, each chunk every month,
Yeah.
it is actually smaller bits of the full thing.
Yeah. But we
Mhm.
agree on that. We agree on that. If
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work just to get that, and
Mhm.
you would literally have to make $1 million to have $100,000 cash.
See,
Maybe
so
not. Maybe five hundred
well,
thousand.
Less than that. Yeah, yeah, less than that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you
it's
had to
still
be
good money,
saving.
man. Depends on, like I said, depends on where you are, man. North Carolina, that's a lot of money, bro. You
So
making 100
Diva,
grand here where I am. If you pretty good with your money, yeah, you live in a pretty decent lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying you get the 100 grand. I mean, you got to go out and get an S500.
money gone.
A lot of people do that, right? You know what I'm saying? You can go get a $700 a month car payment and all that shit. No,
Dang.
but if you can be modest, then yeah, that's good fucking money, bro, for real.
So I got another question. When I had made that video a few days ago, and the lady was making like $35,000 a year, um, if somebody gave you $35,000 tax free cash, what would you do with it? The
Tell you what,
35,000.
If I'm making 35,000 a year,
I
and
mean,
then
like just cash 35,000.
yeah, and somebody gave me 35,000, I stopped working for a year. Sorry.
now that I'll invest it. I wouldn't take that and do what I would do with 100 grand. I'll take that and I'll invest the 35K. If
Yeah,
somebody
man.
gave me 35,000, I'll just invest it. I wouldn't, you know.
You can get at least a loan for 200,000.
Yeah.
Wait, BTB, are you saying $35,000 like a year, or just
No,
give
just
it to you?
like if like Diva, if I went over to South Africa and went over to your house and just here you go, I'll give you a briefcase of $35,000. You don't
Briefcase.
have to pay me back or anything, and you don't have to claim it on any taxes or anything like that. Um, like, what would you do with it?
I would I would fly back to Nigeria. Yeah. I'm going
Mhm.
to get like myself a decent two plot of land in Abuja. And I'm going to build an orphanage. I tell
Mm,
you, $35,000 will do that.
that's so awesome,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Gail. What would you do with 35,000?
My dad said, just quit for a year.
Okay, just quit for. So you said you wouldn't quit with 100,000. You said, "Oh, I ain't gonna quit my job."
Me? No, no, I was joking when I said that, but
You
100
like you
grand.
go.
I wouldn't quit, but I'll take that 100 grand and make sure that I ain't got no everyday expenses like a mortgage and shit. I'll
Yeah.
just
yeah,
give me a
Man,
plot of land, give me a little nice little house, and then I'll keep working because I ain't
yeah,
got no mortgage. I probably ain't got no car notes and nothing like that. I'll be straight.
man, it'll be so funny to see like your boss's face. You'd be like, "Oh, I'll take off for a year." He look at you like you crazy.
yo,
Yeah, yeah,
next year that could happen to me, man. I can't wait. I mean, I'm not even. At first, I can't wait to be like. Now I can't. I just can't wait to normally to tell him I'm quitting for real, bro.
Yeah,
Next year I might get there.
you gotta have that FU money, man.
No,
Like Dan Locke says.
no, but at first I was more like the FU money type. Now I just have so many things I want to do outside of work that I know I'm just going to be grateful that I can leave and go rush to do those things, man. Like that's the way I see it now. I don't even see it as a FU money. I just see it as, oh, now I have actually time to go and
Dang.
one of the things I want to do is go visit Africa. Like I want to spend maybe at least 6 months to a
yeah,
year
man. Me too.
what visit Africa, man, because I don't know, for some reason my intuition is telling me to go there for
Yeah,
easy,
yeah,
and that's been happening for years.
How many
yeah.
countries would you visit in Africa?
I have no idea. I think it's one of these
I want to see
things
the
that
monuments.
when I go there, I'll know what to do. I'll know
Yeah,
where
I
to
want to
go.
see the
Like
monuments, man.
I'll
I
just
asked Diva if
listen
I
to
ever
what
come to
people
Africa,
say.
would she take me to the Great Wall of Benin? She told me no.
Yeah. All I know is the first place I'm landing in Nigeria. Because everyone
Mm,
from what my intuition is telling me, everyone's been calling me a Nigerian. I'm just going to land there. And then after I want to visit Senegal just so that I can understand where my dad comes from or my dad family where they come from and all that. And then whatever happens next, I'll just listen, keep my eyes open. I'm just exploring and finding trying to find something, but and keep an eye on business. Basically, the main purpose will be to find business opportunities, but I think I might find something more than that. Man, my it's been calling me for years. It's actually annoying me. It's kind of, okay. I get it. I get it. I'm supposed to go there. So I know. So let me give me time to build my finances so I can do it. That's kind of it's the same feeling when I get with the numbers. I see the numbers every day. I'm like, okay, I know I'm supposed to do something. So I'm like, that's the way
mhm,
I feel about it now. But
mm, mm,
yeah,
mm.
I'll go there, man. I'll go there for sure.
Absolutely, that's where I want to go.
I
I want
don't
to go
know. I
everywhere.
have a feeling that I'm going to learn something there that my country, Haiti, will need me to learn. But I just don't know what it is. And I don't
Mhm,
know what my country was going to need me to learn from there. But all I know is whenever I'm ready, that thing, that resort idea I told you, I know it's going to lead to that, if that makes any sense. Like, I know the end goal. I know I'm supposed to go to Africa to learn something, but anything in between, I cannot fill the blank. So it's weird, very weird. But
mm,
but actually, that's going to lead me back to my dream of the future that I saw.
mhm,
And I don't think I mentioned that on the wormhole yet, but before the billion was asking me, so I'm going to answer him.
mhm.
By the
Oh
way,
yeah, we
before
go.
the
Yeah,
billion,
we gonna go deeper, gentlemen. This is just we just scratching the surface, man. This is about the dreams.
yeah,
I got I like a lot more topics in mind, man. For real,
yeah,
for this year, and yeah, it's going. Yeah, we're gonna go deep.
yeah. But yo, let me go deep on this before I leave. But I'm just going to tell him the dream. I'm pretty sure I told you the dream, Getty.
Mhm. Probably
But
did.
yeah, yo, before the billion.
Hmm.
So to understand this dream, you have to realize something about me. I'm bipolar. So actually, one of the reason why it's so easy for me to do lucid dreaming and control my dreams, it's because of my bipolar. So the the bad part about being a bipolar is sometimes you get to a manic episode, and when you are in a manic episode, it's kind of like you start hallucinating things, and then sometimes your thoughts are going so fast that your thoughts becomes like movies, and then sometimes movies becomes like a metaverse. And then sometimes I'm living in that metaverse that my mind is creating, and I'm disconnecting entirely from the real world. And then it's my mind has to shut down because it's processing so much information that it just shuts down like a computer. So that's the different levels of mining episodes from level 1 to level 10. And level 10 is the shutdown phase. So I went through something like that in 2014, right? And I was seeing bunch of things. Like we were talking about dreams earlier, and that I was a slave fighting for freedom. Well, when I was going to my manic episode, my mind was playing tricks with me, and I was at the hospital. I was tied on a bed, trying to break through, and my mind made me feel like every cells in my body was a different version of me, living into an experience of what it was like to be a slave.
Mm.
So, and it's so weird how it happened. It's kind of a camera focusing only on one cell, which is the shape of JC without a shirt on. Then someone is beating JC. And then that was the second cell. And the camera is zooming out, and then more cells are having different experience of exactly all the stories you heard in slaveries. And the camera keeps zooming out, and I see it's my entire body. It's kind of like like that. And then I've been screaming because of the experience that one cell is having. And then the camera is moving out, and I'm feeling more pain. And the camera is moving out, I'm feeling more pain. My wife was at the far corner of the hospital when I started screaming. I screamed so loud, I broke a vocal cord in my throat, and everyone at the hospital just heard me. It doesn't matter which floor you were on. My wife heard me all the way from the corner of the hospital. She knew it was me, and I was just screaming. And so they sedate me right away. That's the only way they could control me. So that's what I was going through in 2014 when I had my manic episode. It's very traumatic, but I'll never forget what I saw. It was an hallucination, but it's kind of like a 5 sense hallucination in real time, not in dreaming. It's weird. But in 2016, I was starting to be depressed again because I was going to lose my job. I felt depressed, and then usually a depression for me came. So I was doing the whole pattern again. And one day I was laying down on my bed. I'm like, I don't want to go to work. And by the way, that day I woke up, it was exactly 9/11. Exactly 9/11 a.m. I woke up. I don't feel like going to work. I just look at the window, just like, I just don't care if I get fired because I'm going to be laid off anyway. There's just no point. And then I started feeling depressed again. And then my thoughts started speeding up. And my thoughts are not image anymore. They're like almost a movie. And now I'm not dreaming, but it's acting like a dream, but my eyes are wide open. And when things like this happen, I don't blink. So I don't know how I can stay looking at the ceiling, not blinking, and I don't feel the need to blink. And when I get to that level, I can daydream, and I'm seeing something else. Like I'm not seeing the ceiling. I'm seeing something else. And what I saw was a river pulling me, like the water was just pushing me. And when I turned around to see where the water was pushing or driving me, it was to the hospital, to the same hospital that I was in 2014 when I had my manic episode. So I understood the dream, which was a daydream, with my eyes wide open, and I understood that okay, what's happening right now is the same thing that happened 2 years ago. If I don't do something, I'm going to end up the same way I end up 2 years ago. So I got to do whatever it takes not to get there. So I try to swim my way. The water is just too strong. And I look on the side of the river, and I saw a bunch of bags of sand. So I try to swing my way there. I don't even know how to swim. So I'm just like dog paddling and stuff. And then I managed to get my way there to the and get some bags of sand and build myself a little barrage so that the water can't really push me anymore. And then the water is hitting the bag of sands, and then it's kind of like diving away. And then I'm like, At that moment right there, I realized what the water means. The water means my thoughts. And what I got from that is I can't control my thoughts. I cannot stop my thoughts, but I can control the direction of where they go. And the minute I realized that, then I'm like, okay, I'm feeling depressed right now. There was a question that I was struggling for a very long time. And I asked myself, so how do I find my purpose? And the minute I said that, I was to a place where um, yeah, it went all dark. Then I see a bunch of people in a room with me, and then there was this like wire on their brain. That wire was connecting into a cloud, and the cloud had like bunch of thoughts in it. Think of every single thought like a panoramic picture, and you would take a picture, but you would look at it. It's not a picture. It's actually a video playing of a memory, and then there is like millions and millions of these in the cloud, and in the cloud there's a wire that is linking to every single brain to everyone's brain in that room. And then I look up to myself, and I saw there is literally the same thing, a wire linking to that cloud. And I'm like, that's interesting. But then for me, I realized my wire was getting bigger and bigger. And the bigger it was getting, the more thoughts slash those panoramic videos, pictures flowing into my brain. And then I can feel like, I'm like, okay, I'm getting into the next level of manic where my thought process are just increasing over and over. I'm like, fuck, all right. But it seems that I'm still focusing on that question. How do I find my purpose? And then something weird happened. I got down into the room. I look on my left. I saw my window, and my window was like every single memory that I had ever since I was a kid until the year 2015 was on that window. Just like I mentioned earlier with the panoramic pictures, but that were videos. So, and it was very well organized too. It started from like dinosaur times, like Big Bang Theory, like ancient civilizations, Sumerian, Egyptians, like Jesus times, like uh, Christopher Columbus, all the way down to Haiti, like very well timed in history, all the way to the year 2015. And then I'm like, okay, I have no idea why I'm seeing that, but I see that. And then in front of me, there was two windows. The first window was showing me everything that I did from the year 2015 until that morning that I woke up at 9/11. And then the other window was showing me everything I'm going to be doing for the year 2016 and 17 from that moment of 9/11. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I also had a keyboard in front of me in that dream, which is eyes open. My eyes are not blinking at all. And I had a keyboard. And then I look on my right side. I saw four windows. I saw four windows, and one of them was already open, and three of them were closed. And basically, I'm still asking myself, right? What is my purpose? And from what I see on the past, I see a bunch of memories when I was a kid, what I was doing, what I liked. That I remember choose seeing myself. I wanted to be a electrical engineer so I can learn how to provide electricity to the country. And then I noticed I was enjoying doing giving away stuff, being philanthropist. Like that's something I wanted to always wanted to do. I was giving away my toys that I love a lot. I was always giving and I saw myself that I saw a pattern basically. What the I had the power to see all my memory in a wall and try to find patterns, and that was happening instantly. And the pattern that I saw was, oh, okay, I'm someone who likes to do things for people, and in a sense of giving them either light or giving them abundance, empower other people, especially in Haiti. I saw that, and I'm like, okay. And then I also saw my strengths. I saw what I'm good at. I saw I'm a visionary. I didn't even realize I was a visionary until that day. But from the pattern that I saw, I always had great ideas ever since I was a kid, but no one was listening. So I never thought these ideas were even worth listening to. But apparently, based on what I saw, I saw a bunch of patterns of me thinking of the future. So I'm like, okay, that's my strengths. So my weaknesses too, and all that. And I'm like, okay, so when I add what I know about my strengths and weaknesses, and then when I added what I saw about myself of that kid that always wanted to do good, but turn out I didn't always do good, but But when I mixed the two, it showed me a purpose. Like, oh, okay, I can I can create a business where I can be a philanthropist and give people the knowledge of light or the knowledge of abundance. And that's actually what wealth engineering is in a way. But I saw that, right? I'm like, okay, I find my purpose. And then after I said that, then the window changed again and I saw more things. And I saw more things. And that's when I really saw the past, right? The whole history I was telling you. And I saw a different pattern. I saw a different pattern of human nature, how human acts, how slow human adapts to innovation and all that, and how fast innovation was coming. And I'm looking at everything I did, everything I listened to on YouTube on that window in front of me. And then that's when I was actually deep in the manosphere in a way, but it was RP at the time. And I noticed the decline of society even then. And then when I looked back on my window on the right side that was open, then I actually didn't just look at it. I looked at it and I walked in that window. And what I saw was a world. Actually, see, I walked in and I landed somewhere. It was like a corner of a room. I landed on a corner of a room. And I want you to imagine you're on a square box of a room, right? And I landed on a far, let's say, right corner, and my face is facing that corner, so I can't see anything else on that room. And then someone is pulling me out, and then someone is pulling me backward, but upward, like some backward up. And the further I'm being pulled out, the more I can see within that room. And all of a sudden, I see some lights. I'm like, okay. I see a chair. I see a kitchen. I'm like, okay. Then I see a fat guy, like 300-pound blonde guy, sitting in a chair. I'm like, okay. He's looking at something and he's drooling. I'm like, okay. Whatever he's looking at was a hologram thing dancing in front of him. And he also had like those Oculus glass in his face. And I'm still being pulled. And yeah, he was definitely drooling in his mind, like he was whatever he was using this as a way to get stimulation. And then I keep like being pulled, and I'm noticing that his neighbor is a was a young girl, and then his other neighbor, young guy. They both were in the same situation. The only source of light in their apartment were that hologram technology. And I keep being pulled, and I see on an entire building complex, every single one. I had one person in a shoebox apartment sitting in front of a hologram tool. Everyone was single. And then I'm being pulled again. I'm being pulled again. I saw an entire neighborhood like that. And I keep being pulled all the way until I got to a cloud, and I see an entire city like that. Now, the city that I saw was exactly like was almost like I was living in Toronto at the time, but that's not. I didn't get the feeling of just Toronto when I saw that. I saw a feeling of. I had the feeling of the entire Western societies were going to be like that. And one of the things I saw as I was being pulled is the one of those holograms had the president shown and having a speech, and he was saying he was a U.S. president actually, and he was saying that there is a rate of depression and suicide that rose 300% for this month, and that's one of the things I saw, and I'm like, holy cow, what the heck is happening? So while I'm there, I'm like, how is Haiti? If that's the West, what happened to Haiti? And that's when I realized what I was looking at from that window was the world 40 years from 2016. So basically from the year 2056. And then as soon as I asked, where is Haiti? Like what's happening to Haiti? I landed in a land full of mud. It's as if as an hurricane went through that land. There's nothing, there's no tree standing up. Everything is down. And I'm looking around and that's it. There's nothing, just just emptiness, water, mud, and like smelling like shit basically. And I'm like, and I started being pissed, bro. I started being so pissed. I remember exactly how I felt. And I'm like, are you serious? 40 years from now, we're still smelling like shit. We're still living like shit while the West is going through the fourth revolution. I'm like, hell nah. And honestly, that's the day I became an entrepreneur. That's the day I embrace my skills. I embrace my visionary. I embrace that I am a visionary. And that's the day that my purpose became way bigger than what initially saw. So now, while I was on that land, on my fictional dream, I made I swear to my life, I will never let that future become a reality. Then I was like super motivated. I was fueled, bro. But then I'm like, I understand what's happening. I'm still in this weird vibe where I can understand my past and my present and how we can shape the future. And I'm like, okay, so what do I do now in the present that's going to change the future? And then the keyboard showed up in. So I was typing different solution. Okay, I go to school because I was actually thinking of going back to school at the time. I go to school, I study this. I look back on the year 40, it's still the same on Haiti. I'm like, oh shit, what else do I do? I go and try a business. And I see a different future there. And then that's the future I saw was exactly what I was telling you I wanted to do. I saw a bunch of boats flow and traveling to Haiti all at the same time in five corners of the country. And there was a boat coming from the North America, a boat from the South America, a boat from Asia, Europe, and all that. And they were heading towards my resorts that I own. And these resorts, they had a specific purpose of re-energize human beings because they were so disconnected in that fictional world or in that virtual world that they were living too much in their mind and not enough in their heart. And my resort was designed to bring back that connection again. And whenever they would leave with a lot more energy than they came in. And then they had that energy, they had that feeling to want to go back there because their world is a virtual world that is disconnected with from human beings. Human beings don't interact physically in this world anymore. It's just through a virtual world, and human beings are not designed to go through such of a leap as fast as possible like that. Like it takes generations and generations for human beings to would actually fully adapt. So that's why the rate of depression was going through is because many people couldn't feel fulfilled living that way, right? And once I understood that, I'm like, okay, this is where the world is heading. What can I do as an entrepreneur to solve that problem and to help my country along the way? So that's what I saw myself doing 40 years down the line from the year 2016. And
Right.
then I put my window to the year 30. I saw something. And there was the second window on the right was the year 15 years from 2016. I saw something. And the first window from the right was the 5 years from 2016, which was basically last year and this year. And I had a successful business on that first window. And last year, that's basically the first year that I made 100K from a business that the only business that I've made out of 13 businesses, 14 actually, that was actually profitable. So
Okay.
yeah, that's that. I had in my dream, I saw myself doing something else, and I tried it the first time, it failed, but for sure, it was actually my startup idea because I did run a startup too, in case you didn't know BDB. But my startup idea came from seeing exactly what I saw on the first window, and then I tried it. I failed, but whatever I learned from being building that startup led me to what I have now. And yeah, it's just that's how it is. But to keep it a summary, I saw a future where Western world is going to be dependent on on a technology that's going to cause serious depression.
Mhm.
And I saw that as an opportunity to help save my country and try to solve the world at the same time. That's
Can
basically it.
I, JT, JC, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So, oh, first I want to say is that my company is actually going into the metaverse, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay.
The company I actually work with, but when you started up your YouTube journey, uh, how much do you think will be like cap that you can make with YouTube?
I didn't even start my YouTube for money. I actually started so that I can document my journey so that maybe one day someone can look back to how I was able to achieve what I achieved.
Okay, but but how much do you think? Well, maybe not you, since you said you're not trying to do it for money, but maybe like how much do you think that you would be happy with making on YouTube?
To be honest with you, man, if I could make 3,000 a month on YouTube, I'm good. Because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get $5,000 overall from any source, like whether it's business, whether it's YouTube, whether it's my cryptos. If any of them or all combined add up to 5,000 a month consistently, then yeah, I'm good, man. That's my number right now, and because that's the number I need to achieve so that I can free up my time and travel to Africa, for example.
Yeah, and this is just extra.
Hmm?
The extra five, it'll be 5,000, just extra money in addition to your actual work.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. I want to replace my entire work salary to residual incomes coming either from YouTube, either from my cryptos, either from a combination of both or a mix of all three, my business, my cryptos, and YouTube, for example.
Okay, okay. But yeah, but then that would be less than what you make now, right?
I mean, with 5,000, I'm good, man. I can cover a lot. 5,000 a month, yeah, it's, I'm
It's
good with that.
so it's 5,000 a month, a lot of money.
I mean, it's not a lot, but
I'm playing with you.
it would give me so much time. In terms of time, it would give me lots of time.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta admit though, YouTube does take out a lot of time as well.
Oh yeah. Which is why I actually don't even want to consider YouTube out of these projects, but I want to do YouTube anyway, just so that I can monitor my growth basically, and use that as a way to teach people too. Because one of the things I did see is, and it's on the third window, is I was leading other people on investing in Haiti. Like I did not start my wealth engineering thing for no reason. I'm starting it so that I can motivate people to learn how to invest and all that, but to also start investing now so that when they grow that money, then we can be ready to exploit um, opportunities in Hades that we can build on. So I saw myself doing all that. So it's funny. My life changed after that day. Oh, by the way, when I was having that dream, my daydream finished at 11:11. So I saw
Your
it.
angel number.
Yeah, it started at 9:11 and it finished at 11:11. I shit you not, man. Like that freaked me out even more worse. But I saw myself doing so much, and then ever since then, I saw that day. Ever since I went with that day, every decision I've made in my life was to make sure I respect what I made, what I swore, never to let my country become what I saw it was in 2256. So
Mhm.
that's what I do. What I do. So what the YouTube I do, it's kind of like a way to meet people, a way to sell the course, a way to build a community, and also a way to track what I'm doing so that people can, because I know exactly where I'm heading, right? So I'm building that and I'm filming it. So I want to use that as a way to, so this is how I did it. Maybe you can learn something through my journey. And maybe for someone else, they might have a different path, but they could learn something along the way. but that was the main purpose behind it. But hey, if I can get 5,000 from anything, then I'll have the time because I need the time to go learn what I need to learn to apply it so I
Mhm.
can build that country, man.
Hmm.
You know what? One thing that I've noticed is that if you had literally nothing to do, and do you feel like you would get like if you had nothing to do, like everything was already handled for you, do you think that you would still have the motivation to do more?
Well, for me, hard to explain because for me, what I'm trying to do is so far in the future that there is always going to be million shit to do. That's why like when you were asking me the question about the 100,000, my reaction is like, man, go invest it rapidly so that it can become so much money rapidly. Like I always have this sense of urgency behind my ass. Like
Mm,
I need to finish this right now. I need to finish this next year. Like by next year, I need to reach this much. If I want to make sure I get to a certain level, like any years I waste, it's like a huge loss in the future. So that's the way I see it.
mm,
So to me, I'm always like stressing that way, like um, urgency, and there is million things to achieve. So I don't see it as have nothing to do.
mm.
But
That's
I'm
great.
lucky. I'm lucky that way because not many people have like a 40-year vision. Like that's super rare. But that's another reason why I'm a visionary because normally visionaries do have that. They may not have it by for 40 years, like Lavar Ball had it for 20 years, right? But even 20 years is an extremely rare skill to have a vision and plan it for 20 years in advance. That is like that is like a one in a million people that can do that. Me somehow I was shown a vision for 40 years. But because of that, I'm lucky enough that I will never feel within those 40 years, I'll never feel like um, I have nothing to do. But not everyone is like that. Like it's I can't take it for granted for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, I gotta get up for work in the morning, man. So
Hmm.
I better go ahead and drop.
Getting late on you. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
man.
We're gonna close it out, man. Thank y'all for being here, man, for the
Thank
wormhole.
you so much, Getty.
Yeah, no
I
worries, man.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you, sir.
I really
Thank you
do.
so much, guys.
Hey, nice to
I
talk to you
appreciate you.
again, man.
Thank you for
Yeah,
It's
sharing.
always a
stay
pleasure.
All right. Let me see.
So did I tell you this dream before, Getty?
Huh?
Did I tell you this dream before?
Did you what?
Did I tell you this dream before?
Yeah, you did.
No, okay, okay.
Yeah, you did. We don't have some conversations away from here. That's why I was like, we need to bring all that shit here. A lot of people don't be when this shit be getting deep. I'll be like, yo, save it, man. Please save it for the wormhole. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I got it.
sometimes you can't help it, man. The cup overfloweth. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta say what you gotta say. Hey, man. And
Uh,
yeah, I
how about
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here, man. Thank you.
hey? How
Thank you.
about you, Gail? Did I mention that to you before the dream I had? Yep, Gail is sleeping.
Yeah, sleep.
Yeah, that that
Yeah,
that's how
Gail
she
sleep.
stay. That's how she stay fertile. She sleep early. She
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
early.
yeah. Gail sleep.
Oh man, I was watching a
It's all
video.
good. And we
Oh
about to close it out anyway. So
yeah. All
thank
right, man.
you, Gail, JT. I mean JC. I don't know what the hell I want to call you JT. You remind me of JT Money from Miami.
Nah, bro.
Remember JT Money, the rapper?
Nah, man.
That's what it remind me of. But JC,
Yeah.
JC, Gail at Night, Moments with Diva. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
guys for being here. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. And I'll catch y'all. Look, I'm doing my stream about. I know y'all see the thumbnail on Getty Radio about marriage.
About marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, why I chose not to marry, why I opted out of marriage, why I opted not to remarry. I've been married before, but I
Yeah.
pushed that up to Saturday because I forgot Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. Ain't nobody gonna be in there.
Oh man, I need to probably cancel my stream too.
So
What
yeah,
time
so
Saturday?
nah,
What time Saturday?
I think I scheduled it Saturday for like 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. So we're gonna do it on
Well,
Saturday because I forgot Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. So everybody gonna be occupied with the game and all of that. So I pushed it up a
okay,
day.
okay. That's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
My
gonna be.
stream
I'm
is
gonna tell my story of my marriage and my divorce and my custody issues and why I opted out of a marriage and things like that. Why I opted
okay.
out of
Mine
the
is
second
by
round.
1
Okay,
p.m. So it's fine.
and that's gonna be on Getty Radio. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be
So
looking forward for it, man.
hopefully y'all be there, man. I hope y'all be there because I did. I changed it. I changed the schedule tonight, so it should be. It should show for the 12th at 5 or 6 o'clock. One of them.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be in and out live during the live, but watching the replay, I'll be able to catch full of it. Because I
Absolutely.
already promised someone else something that I'll be able to do on Saturday at 8 p.m. So
Mhm.
usually you go at the same time, I think. But I'll
Yeah,
be
so
in and out
I'll
for
be
sure.
there at should be 5 o'clock. Something. I said I'm gonna do it early, get it out the way, because I got some
Yeah.
trim over. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way, knock it out, get it done, and
Yeah,
forget about Sunday because Super Bowl Sunday, people gonna be watching the game. You already know. Because you already know the aftermath and Dr. Dre them, they doing a halftime show. So, people gonna be tied into that game.
yep. I should probably
Yep.
just cancel my
My,
stream too for Sunday.
my
Yeah,
live
yeah,
stream is
absolutely.
fine,
Because
so
people gonna be because I think usually the game starts at what? Super Bowl usually start early, like 6 o'clock. Because I normally schedule my stream on Sunday for 6.
Hmm.
I know the game is going to be on around 6 o'clock. Hold on, let me see. Super Bowl airtime. Yep, 6:30.
Yeah.
6:30. So that thing gonna run on into 9. I was like, let me just put it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some eyes on it. But yeah.
Yeah, no
Uh
worries, man. No, I'll try. I'll do my best to support you live, man.
yeah, likewise, bro. You know how we do. I appreciate you,
Hey,
brother.
hey, no worries, bro. All right, man. I'll drop off because me too. I gotta wake up tomorrow for work.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta get the fuck on too. All
All
right.
right, Diva.
Appreciate you, JC. Thank you, Moments with Diva. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the
yeah,
way from
bye.
South Africa, goddamn it.
Bye.
I'm coming to
Bye.
South Africa, Diva. You better tell your boyfriend to move aside, goddamn it.
I hear you.
I'm
I
He's
out.
hear
gonna make
you.
I'm out.
room for a brother when I get to South Africa, goddamn it. Huh?
I hear you. Bye. I'll
Yeah, I'm
see
coming. I'm coming, goddamn it. Uh
you
yeah, at night. Thank you for the support.
yeah.
I
Welcome.
really
All right,
appreciate it.
guys.
And I'm about to get
Bye,
off of
girl.
here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm about to get my little black ass off of here. And
Good night, Getty.
good night, Gail. Get you some rest.
All right.
All right, peace. Yes, that was the wormhole, people. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna figure out a way to tighten this motherfucker up sooner or later, but I got a whole nother goddamn channel. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all for being here in the wormhole with the Black Man Getty Radio. We talked about dreams, nightmares. Where does your soul travel? Where does your soul travel when you go to sleep? Or does it? Or is your imagination running wild while you are unconscious? Okay. So is it fear? Is it trust? Is it love? Is it lust? Is it battles that you're having in the physical world? I don't know. But we're gonna get to the bottom of it here in the wormhole. So thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate everyone being here. And this has been another episode of the wormhole.